Hey, hey, hey. What do we got going on today, guys? It's another day of I don't know yet. I don't have a clue. So, had plenty of time last night to sleep, get caught up, get familiar with all the crap that's going on in the world today. What's up? Hey, David, Signal the Noise, Jackson. You are. How you doing, Michael, Marissa, WW1? Man, oh man, Rainmaker. Hey, Finance, how you doing? Remember, everyone's entitled to their opinion, be it what it consider right, wrong. Just be respectful. Yes, I see Emma didn't take away the wrenches. That's interesting. Slick Rick, always tip your streamer. Good work, Wayne. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for that donation there, Rick. All right, so I guess what we'll do is we'll leave the wrenches for now and see what happens. I thought Emma would have taken them away by now, but we'll leave them be. Let's see what happens. Wayne and kids are... Brad, Wayne and kids are idiots. Brad, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Wayne and kids are idiots. You want to maybe elaborate on that there a little bit there, Brad Johnson? Tell me I don't have... No, don't get all excited over wrenches. I'm not handing out wrenches. Emma was supposed to take them away, but she didn't take them away, so I don't know what's going on. So we'll figure that out. Let me just get that straight. On this channel, I'm not doing the wrench thing. So before people get caught up in the there's wrenches. No. Larry, Tamara, how you doing? Everyday Mother is okay. Well, guess what, Brad? You just won a free trip to get the fuck out of here. Thank you very much for stopping by. See ya. All right, awesome, Brad, out of there. All right. What a wrench is for? Wrenches are just people to help me with the trolls and so on and so forth. John Gill, you can take mine. I think you forgot to take it last night. No, Emma's going to be taking the wrenches away. I'm not on this channel. I do not take or give wrenches. I'm leaving it be. She left it, so it is what it is. I'm not getting in shit. Screw that. Been there, done that.
I guess like food vendors, you don't have to worry about food vendors, do you?
All right. Yep. No, and I don't want the responsibility of giving them or taking them. So yeah, guys, what a friggin' night, eh? What a night. All right, let's get into this right away. Let's get into this. All right, so first of all, so I couldn't do any 360 videos, just so the people that do follow me on Wayne 360, I haven't been able to do any 360 videos because my son took my batteries and he shoved them in his motorbike, his little motorbike that he has, and I haven't been able to find them until today. So now I have the batteries, so I can start doing some 360 videos. Yes, I know. Awesome. All right. Man, I first of all, I want to start off with saying to everybody that's been following me for the last 2 days, I want to say thank you very much for all the support and everything that you guys have been doing. I'm being serious here. With all the support, the donations, the watch time, the sharing out the stream to people, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you so much for all the help. I can't say it. I don't have the words for it. So I just want to say thank you very much for that. And everybody that helped me out with Everyday Mother with her watch hour times, she only needs 200 more watch hour time 200 hours more, and she can monetize her channel, and then she could start making an earning and a living on YouTube as well. So Wayne, ignoring my question, mysterious. No, okay, I want to make it very clear too, guys. If I'm looking at the camera, I'm not looking at the chat. So pay attention to the camera and pay attention to where my eyes are, so you know that I'm not ignoring you. Another thing, make sure you hit. Let me just make this very clear. Make sure you hit the little live button on the bottom left of your screen, whether it's on your phone or your computer. Make sure there's a red dot beside it. Every once in a while, check it, because sometimes it goes out of sync and you may be a minute or 2 minutes behind. So, did Brad S. get out of control yesterday? I don't think he did, no. Not that I noticed. I don't think Brad S. got out of control. I know he was down at Washington. I'm hoping that he made it home safe. Just found out a guy from church died. He had COVID. Space Drive, sorry to hear that, brother. Out if the... Randy, did he make it out? I think he did. I didn't see anything too different. That says that he didn't make it out. I might be wrong though. I hope he made it. Biden, yeah, John. No. All right, so let's get to this, okay? First things first. First things first, okay. America first. Streams are like, I don't know what. Okay. So I'm going to put this up on the screen here because this is what was happening earlier. And I want to talk about this as well, too. Okay, why is there no audio there? Okay, hold on. Is there... That's why.
We had some conservatives going into the voting booth, taking in the Republican slate cards, and the poll workers were telling them they couldn't have that information in there. So mind you, those people...
Blind dude, I don't think you are.
...have that, certain information in there so they can make their voting decisions, can fight off, when they're told they're not allowed to have that in there. But if you get a frail elderly going in there to vote and they get told they can't...
So the first things first, the amount of people that showed up here. Let me pull this up here. The feed that you're seeing right there is New York City. First of all, he's going to a protest, so I've been kind of keeping an eye on him. But let me just bring this up here. I'll bring this here, and I'll put the live feed underneath me here. So the feed underneath me is live, so we're going to keep an eye on that because that's New York City. The feed we're watching is from earlier today. So here's what I've noticed. I noticed there was video. Of people trying to break the window at the Capitol, and other people yelling Antifa, Antifa, and then trying to get them away from the building. That was the first thing I've noticed.
Jennifer Miller.
Barbara Salem.
The other
really good United America for
Brent, blind dude, Brent. I don't know. So that was the first thing I noticed was that there was people at the building trying to stop other people from doing it. So I don't see how they, and they literally had like the helmets like Antifa would have and all that other stuff, but then they had Trump put on it where they normally would put press.
Yes, thank you. I mean, we
C-Mac.
I mean, for our family, we
Sounds good.
Like Fox was our only, that's what you watched. And over this last year, I was like, there's something going wrong.
Police are cleaning DC cars currently.
I mean, it's done.
Oh, they're clearing. Sorry, I seen cleaning. Clearing cars. I don't know. Let me see if I can get a DC feed up here.
That's it. Well, it's your voice, Real American. So I'm sorry, I came a little late.
To the main people, because you can't really get it on the regular channel that everybody.
And here's the one thing that I'm not saying there's still hope for Trump, and I personally believe that it's over, to be honest with you. But I find it a little weird for them to try to pull the 25th Amendment based on the fact that there was 2 hours or 3 hours of disturbance, and the only people that got hurt were the ones that the cops were hurting. Other than that, nobody else got hurt. There was no fires. There was no nothing. It was nothing like that at all. And they're literally like, ah! But yet, for 200 plus days, they can burn police stations. They can burn homes. They can terrorize the traffic, destroy traffic, run over people, beat people, call people racist remarks. And none of that ever that's just like, yeah, well, they're entitled to it, right? They're entitled to it. Well, when is it, for the average person, when is it they're entitled to stand up for their rights, right? I'm just saying. So what I said before, and I said this in another stream, in Everyday Mother stream earlier today, and I'm just going to say it and I'm going to repeat myself. That's fine. You want to get rid of Trump? Get rid of Trump. Fine. Cool. You want to use these rules and regulations as an excuse to get rid of him? Then so be it. Get rid of him. Okay. But the mayor of Seattle, the mayor of Portland, and the mayor of Kenosha, the ones that told the police people to stand down, not do nothing, the ones that told Donald Trump, no, we don't want your help, let these thugs run around the buildings, let them run around the parks, let them run around the streets. Guess what? Those people that got hurt and killed and raped and the property damage and all that shit that happened, that's on the mayors of those cities. Those mayors should be handing in their resignation. They should be out of office because they're dangerous to hold. Those people are dangerous, clearly dangerous to society if you left them in power. I'm just saying, if you're going to say this about Trump, then fine, I'm for it. Okay, get rid of him then. But those mayors of those towns should take responsibility for the fact that they didn't step up and stop those thugs from doing what they did, because that's why Trump's getting the heat right now, is because he didn't stop the thugs that were going on Capitol Hill, right? He's responsible for not for doing that, right? Well, you know what? Well, what about those mayors? Those mayors need to take off. They need to go. They need to go. And if they get to stay, then I guess Trump gets to stay for the next 13 days in office. Can't sit there and be like, oh, these people. And Pelosi with her, her $400 hairdo, she probably spent more money on her hairdo than most people got for that stimulus check. And she's sitting there fucking preaching, well, he's a danger. He's a danger. Really? I'd be looking at those other people. I'd be looking at the mayors that said, no, let them do it. Let these people. And the mayor of Seattle that let CHAZ or CHOPS or whatever the fuck you want to call it, the dump, let that, literally, they built a town. Literally built a friggin' a compound where they had gardens and everything. 200 days, 24/7. But let's burn and crucify Trump and get him out of fucking office, because he said for people to show up. Not once did he say for anybody to storm the building, might I add. He just said to show up. Okay, Trump, that could have been maybe that was a bad idea. Knowing that the tempers were flaring and people's emotions were high, maybe that was a bad idea to do that. Maybe it was. But according to everybody, that's your right to do that, right? I'm just saying. So if you're going to do one thing, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't turn around and be like, okay, guys, you guys get to be the mayor of your city. But we're going to get rid of the president of the United States. It is what it is. Like, ridiculous. You want to get rid of Trump? Get rid of him. Like, whatever. Get rid of him. It's not like you get to keep him anyways, because the fucking system is so corrupt anyways. It doesn't matter whether you're here or up here. It's the majority of the house. That when you got everybody, now we're watching news titles where Germany, Italy, France, and all these places are like, oh, Trump is so bad. Did you guys look at your country? These guys have protests and riots like 10 times worse than that. But now they're like, oh, Trump is bad. How can he let this happen to his people? Excuse me? France, you guys have been kicking the shit out of your cops and burning them and stabbing them and everything for how long now? And now you're going to sit there and look down on the United States for 3 hours of protest for people that are sick and tired of losing their shit? People that want to stand up for themselves? Really? Maybe give your head a shake and clean up your own backyard before you start talking trash about anybody else's. Now, let's get back to me, because I know this is going to pop up in the chat. Well, where the fuck does Wayne get the ground to be talking about us Americans and this and that? He's Canadian. Well, yeah. I live in a fucking communist state right now. I live in China. Or China, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. My country, my fucking prime minister has already sold us out. And why am I so emotional about it? Because it's sickening watching a good, strong country go to shit over corruption. Whoever you put in power. And I personally think, and I'm gonna piss off a lot of people here, but the way that everything kind of went down, I kind of feel like Trump maybe knew. Like maybe Trump was part of it. And I'll tell you, and I'm going to get to why I think that in a minute. Before people start roasting me, oh, what the fuck, he's turning his back on Trump. I'm just gonna hear me out for 2 seconds. Then you guys could tell me I'm a piece of shit and roast me all you want. This is what I think. I think that the corruption goes so deep in the one world government and the one world order that they knew that the only nation in the world that was going to stand up against this one world order and the people at the very top, if anybody could have stood up to it, it would have been you guys, because you guys you have your guns, you have the will, and you have the spirit to stand up and stick together. So they knew they needed to cause all of this chaos to disrupt you guys, to keep you guys looking down instead of looking forward. So every time something happened, we're going to put you on lockdown because of COVID. Guess what? You guys show up at city halls with your guns and stuff like that. What did they do? Oh, there's a race war. You guys get distracted. They throw something at your feet. Well, oh, wait, we're looking down here, not looking ahead. Then that happened. Then all of a sudden, oh, there's protests that are happening now. Okay, now you're looking down again. You're not paying attention to the bigger picture. It was all just a big WWF wrestling match Netflix series of distraction while they were literally implementing all these rules and regulations. If you think that the security that when you got on a plane was bad before because they touched you on the inside of your leg, or they held you from your flight before because of 9/11 and all the stuff that manifest and all the rules that manifested from that disaster, what do you think is going to come from a year-long chaos in every aspect of the scale? They are going to implement all kinds of rules and regulations on you guys. Why? Because we can't have riots again. No. We can't have people bombing stuff. No. So that's going to happen. We got to put you on lockdown because it can't be spreading the COVID. You gotta have to have forced vaccinations. You're gonna have to do that, and we're gonna have to take your guns because it's unsafe. It's unsafe, and we have to do that because we can never allow what happened in 2020 to ever happen again. You mark my words. This is how they're going to do it. They're going to do it for your safety. And if you think that I'm lying or I'm full of shit, maybe I'm completely wrong. But here in Canada, our government is keeping us so safe we can't even fart or shit on ourselves without them telling us it's right or wrong. And that's what's happening. They're going to build back better. Just like, who said build back better? My prime minister. You know who else said build back better? Your new president, fuckface Biden. They're all on the same level. It's all on the same level. This is going to get so bad in so many ways, and they just need to keep throwing shit at your feet. Hey, you see here? Oh, no. Look down there. Don't look over here. It's all it is. They're just going to keep throwing shit at your feet and keep throwing obstacles at you, and you're not going to be paying attention to what's going on, and before you know it, you're going to look up and you're going to be completely surrounded and going, what the fuck just happened to my country? And did I cross into fucking Canada? Did I just cross into Canada? No, I'm still in the U.S. That's what's going to fucking happen. And they're doing it in a way that nobody's going to see. Nobody's going to pay attention. They're not going to see it. You know why Q and all these other people know exactly what's going to happen and how it's going to play out? It's because they're all on the same fucking team. They know how people think. I said this from months ago. They have teams of psychiatrists and people that study human behavior. They know exactly what to put online. They know what to show you in the news. They know what to say and what not to do to get you to click and not click and do this and do that. It's literally a big show. So all these people that have, like, you're in a big matrix, you know what? You're not far off. Because liberty and democracy and all this other shit that people think they have, they don't have it. They have the illusion of it. Just like when the devil said the best thing that the devil did, his biggest feat, was making people believe that he didn't exist. The biggest thing that the United States of America and Canada, North America, let's just sum it up, North America did to its people was give them the illusion that they had freedoms and rights. And if anything yesterday proved that you do not have rights, your voice does not matter, and people aren't listening to you because the elite at the top will do what they want to do with or without you. They give you a piece of paper, they give you a pen or a marker, and they say, here, fill it out, and then what do? They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit what you say. It's the illusion. That's all it is. Now, I'm probably going to get in a lot of shit for what I'm saying tonight, but that's how I feel. I'm not saying it's reality, YouTube, but that's how I feel. I feel like the illusion is there. Or else, what was everything for? What did anything accomplish? What did calling all those people to Washington yesterday, what did that accomplish? What did the voting process accomplish? What did any of it accomplish? Other than walking into a trap to set the foundation and the stones to literally push things along quicker. And they did that in a way that they can pull the 25th Amendment out and pull it against him and do this shit. Why? So they can speed up the process. They need to start implementing these rules and regulations now. They need to do it now. Why? Because people are catching on that what's going on around the world maybe is an illusion. Maybe everything isn't what you think it is. And people are catching on to that. So now they need to speed up the shit. They need to speed this stuff up. Okay, we don't got time to the 13th. Look at all the shit that's going on. Let's go. Did Trump really get banned from Facebook and Twitter? Or are they just telling him to shut up for now? Just shut up for now. Just leave it be. Let's just leave it be. I don't know. Just saying. What if it was just all a big show? Because there's no way anybody, Donald Trump, Biden, Harris, Pence, anybody It wouldn't matter anybody. Pick any president. If they came to you and they stood on a podium and they said, we want every American to stay in their house, give up their jobs and give up their guns, and I want you to do it now. It wouldn't matter what president was telling you that. You guys would sit there and go, fuck you. You're corrupt. You flipped. You sold out. So they needed to do it in a way that made you think you had a choice and you were on the right team doing what you're doing. But all they were doing was dividing everybody to make it easier for them to pick up and to crush everybody. That's all they did. I got no words. I got no words because to me that's what I see. That's all I see. And you know what? As bad as it is for me, I wanted this. I fell into the illusion too. I literally had my blinders on. I was going straight through. I argued with people over the fact that, hey, Trump, maybe this, maybe that. But then I sat down today and I said, wait a minute. Whoa. Give my fucking head a shake here for a second. Get out of the fight. Stand back and look at the situation. And to me, I think Trump knew. I think he knew. He placed things where he needed. They just needed to get somebody that was really good and really good at making you guys feel comfortable with. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. But for now, right now, I think they're all on the same team. And the reason why I say that is because I think Pence, when he was on that stand yesterday, I think when he was doing whatever with the coins and the Mason handshake and all this other conspiracy theory shit that's going on, I think that right there showed that the guy that was standing beside Donald Trump knew what was going on, and Donald Trump knew what was going on, and there was all just one big plan to make sure that the American people were too busy focusing on themselves and fighting amongst themselves that they weren't paying attention to what the government was doing behind the scenes. That's what I think. This whole time, if it was any other situation in history, any other time period, you pick it. The people would be saying, fuck the government, fuck the government, fuck the government, fuck the government, the government, we can't trust the government, can't trust. This is the one time they actually got you to trust the government, and it was not to trust the government, it was to trust the individual, Donald Trump. And I personally think he had a part in it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope in a month from now I come on air and I eat my words. I hope I sit there and I look like a fucking idiot. I hope all of that. But that's not, I had a feeling 3 weeks before the election, and I started seeing reactions from celebrities and people and this and that. And that's when I said, wait a minute, guys, there's something going on here. Trump's not going to win. And he was like, no, he's going to win by a landslide. There's something going on. There's something going on. I can feel it. There's something not right. I should have went with my gut, and I should have been paying attention to the person that was standing in front of me, not the person that was beside me. But I was too busy paying attention to the chaos that was here at my home, at your home, that I wasn't paying attention to the government and what they were doing. In fact, I was so caught up in what was going on in the government in the United States that I wasn't even paying attention to what was going on here in my own country. Literally on lockdown, losing houses, losing cars, like, shit. It's bad. This deep state shit that people talk about, it's real. And I'm convinced now. And that is my opinion. For whatever it's worth, it could be worth dog shit for all I know. And I hope it's worth dog shit. But I just have this overwhelming feeling that I'm not. And it's sad. It's sad because I got kids. I got family. I wanted this to happen. I wanted to say, hey, Canada's gone to shit. I'm going to move down south. I'm going to get my family away from all this corruption here, and I'm going to go down. And the corruption just follows everywhere now. It's like in a zombie apocalypse all worldwide. Everybody's sick. And you can't trust nobody. We're watching this guy eat. I'm not even paying attention to what's on the stream right now. That's how into what I was just saying. Maybe I should pull my head out of my ass and we can get into looking at some streams and looking at some stuff. But I just had to say that to you guys. That's how I feel. I'm not sitting there turning my back on. I'm not turning my back on anybody. I'm just saying I'm looking at everybody. I'm just looking at everybody, including Trump. And I hope I'm wrong about him, but I have a feeling I'm right. I hope so. Nina says I was being censored in the chat. I hope it wasn't by any of our mods. Alright. I didn't know why this. I didn't even play this. Shit. I must have hit the microphone. Or I must have hit the mouse, not paying attention.
Is their main goal here. And
yep.
Christianity is one of the things that's in the way.
There you go. There you go. Okay. What the fuck? Like, okay, literally, I have not watched this. I swear on my mother's grave, I have not watched this. And what did he just say? Listen to what he just said. And he's so right on point. He's right on point. I can't wait to watch the rest of this video because he's so right on point with what he's saying. It's a war on Christianity and it's a new world order. They don't want this shit. Like, I'm going to rewind it for a minute. Listen to what he just said. That is so on point. I knew there was a reason why I like this guy.
Goal is to go after Christianity because the one world order is their main goal here, and Christianity is one of the things that's in the way. They already have the Pope on board. The Pope has already been putting statements out there that he's going along with the one world system, the whole climate change and everything, and now they're calling us domestic terrorists. Yeah, so what do you think about them calling, I don't know if you heard it, Biden tweeted that there was domestic terrorists at the Capitol yesterday. Any thoughts on that?
No domestic terrorists. It was all a peaceful protest. And it was a few bad, and I know it was Antifa dressed as Trump supporters. I saw the whole thing. They had their mask gear on. They brought...
Okay, actually, I want to answer that question right there. Why does religion matter to government? Because religion... for years and years, for centuries, the people at the top have used religion to control the people. And it should have been the other way around. But they manipulated people. Evil people have used religion and the faith that people had in God and in the Bible and everything. They used those beliefs and they twisted them. People at the top and the corrupt people have used religion to try to control people for years. Not saying religion is bad. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus and everything. But there's evil people that try to use that. And when they know that God and everything is more powerful than their bullshit, then they got to try to take that away from the people. They got to stop people from getting together and communicating and having that interaction. They can't have people believing in something higher and more powerful than the government. You can't believe that there's an almighty God. The almighty God to you has to be the government. When you want something, the government's going to be there. When you need something, the government will give it to you. When you don't know what's right, the government will tell you what's right. Not God, not this and that. And that's why they're trying to destroy that. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Now, I might have worded that completely all wrong, but I think I think you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm pretty sure there's somebody that could articulate that a little better than I can.
They brought those coolers, but I thought it was ice.
They pushed us. They were very aggressive. They were pushing us out of the way.
You talk to him first. Pound the window. Right?
I didn't see the pounding on the window.
Look though. We all were like Antifa.
Oh, yes.
And then look,
And they were saying,
a patriot comes up.
Yeah, right here. This is the video I've seen. I have a picture of Antifa posing a Trump. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to be a lot in my streams and my videos and stuff like that are coming forward. I'm going to be a lot more open and a lot more free in my speech. I'm going to try to reserve myself a little bit on YouTube a little bit, because this is the only income I have to feed my family. It's sad, I know. This is the only income that I have to feed my family. But I am going to be posting stuff on Parler. I'm going to post shit on Facebook, and I want to see how fast I get pulled off just for speaking my mind. I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to speak my mind about what I believe is going on in the world, and I'm going to see how quick Facebook shuts me down. That's going to be very interesting. 2, I'm going to be doing the same thing on Twitter. During the days, I'm going to be posting stuff on Twitter. Exactly how I feel. Videos, little short videos of stuff like that. I want to see how fast Twitter takes me down. And we're going to go from there. And then we're going to see exactly how fast this shit goes. And the more they do, the more I'm going to be free with my speaking. And I can tell you guys, you know, I've been sitting back and I've been playing dumb, and I've been watching what's been going on, and I've been evaluating the situation. I've been watching the government. I've been watching a lot of stuff that's been going on, and I've been hearing what people are talking about in the streets, what people talk about in their profession, stuff like that. And I've been taking it all in for the last year, and now I am ready to speak and say exactly what is on my mind, and where I call bullshit and where I don't, where it's not. And I can tell you right now, before Trump came along, there's not one person in this chat or in this stream that literally would trust the government. I can guarantee that almost. But now, since Trump has come along, I would say that half the chat believed in Trump, and believing in Trump believed in the government, and that's what they needed you guys to do. I invited you on my radio show, The Censorship Sucks Round. Yeah, John Galt, I'll go on that. I'll check you out for sure. Together we stand. I hope you're right on that. But in 10 days from now, if nothing happens, and like I said this a month ago, maybe 2 months ago now. I said it. If Biden walks through those doors, you guys need to get ready for what's coming down the pipe. I said that from 2 months ago. You know what, girl, 36? See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You didn't believe in the government, you believed in an individual. And they knew that. And if they approached you as a government, everybody would have resisted. They needed people to believe in somebody so that they could divide people. You were right. Gordon, thank you very much for that $5 donation. I really appreciate that, man. And, I got another, do what you feel. Yes. Thank you for, both of you guys, thank you very much for your donations. I really appreciate you guys. Just trying to, the chat's moving up so fast on me. G-Money, we believe in you, Wayne. Oh, man, don't believe in me more. Just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I'm nobody. In the grand scheme of things, I am nobody. I just watch. I guess occupational hazard of watching and evaluating what's going on in the situation, and just seeing what people are doing and how they handle themselves and how they articulate their words and how they present themselves. You get the actors, and then you got the bullshitters, and then you got the people that are just naive. And when you fit them all into certain categories and you start to look at what's going on, then you get to see that the actors are bullshitting to the people they think are naive. Which is really funny, because literally, if you just they think you're naive, they will feed you bullshit. But the moment you stand up and you say, "Hey, that's not a chocolate cake. That's shit with frosting on it. I ain't eating that. Not gonna happen." Whoa. This guy's, he's on to the chocolate cake. Get him out of here. Or, if you're in the spotlight, you're a conspiracy theory nut, and you should be wearing a tinfoil hat. But you know what? It's come to the point now where I'm sitting here and I'm looking at myself and I'm looking at everything that's going on, and I'm saying to myself, maybe now's not the time to be quiet, and now's not the time to sit there and just kind of watch what's going on. I think maybe time of observing and overwatch is, maybe that time has passed. Maybe it's time to get up and actually get out and do something. Get out there and have a voice, say something, have an impact. Instead of just sitting here watching people try to make a difference, when I'm sitting there, you're thinking in your head, you're like, please don't do that, don't do that. Just, oh shit, they did it. They did it. And like, it's come to now, it's like it comes to the point now that my motion sensors go off on my house, and I'm sitting here going, whoa, wait a minute, was that a cat that walked by, or is that the guy that has a hit on me? It's crazy. Mark June 31st on your calendar, and I'll hit you up with all the details via email. Sounds good. Watchwhatwayne@hotmail.com. If you want to send me email through there, that would be awesome. Somewhere on the other side of the rainbow, way up high, I dream the dream that you dream of. Fucking 7. What is that there? Phlegm? Is that your name? Phlegm, or what the hell? What name you feel like you want to smear shit on his face? On my face? Is that some kind of sexual fantasy that you have? Like, I can't even pronounce your name. That's how weird it is. Are you wanting to smear shit on my face? Is that what you're? That's some kind of weird fetish shit going on there. All right, well, I expected this kind of stuff to happen eventually at one point in my YouTube career, that I would have some kind of weird people wanting to do some weird shit, but hey, man. Oh, on Pent. Okay, fuck, I was going to be like, holy shit, you want to do that to me? That's some weird shit going on. No, you don't even want to do that to Pent. You don't want to do that. Because then they're going to have your DNA. Then they're going to clone you. Then they're going to... You see how conspiracy... Like, it could just be bad. On Pence's face? No. No, you know what? Pence isn't the... He's not the problem. He's just one of the tools. He's just one of the people going with the flow, doing what he can for his family. That's all he's doing. I hate to say it. I know a lot of people feel betrayed by him. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't pronounce your name. What? Like, I want to say your name and I don't know how to pronounce your name. Like, PBEM? Like, Phlegm? I'm not... Like, I feel bad because I can't even pronounce your name. I'm not fucked up that I can't even say your name. Can't drop links, not showing up in chat. Really? So, yeah, you see, a lot of people are saying he's a traitor, he's this, he's that. Maybe he is. But they're all traitors. The whole government is. They betrayed the people. They made you guys just same as us. They made us all believe that we had choices, and we didn't have choices. We're the only country in the world. North America is the only country in the world that really has a true democracy. So they made us believe. Can we find some decent streams to watch? Yes. Let's do that. Sorry, I'm sitting here talking and shooting my mouth off. Okay, let me I want to play. I just want to continue this here for 2
It
seconds.
takes them out, you know? And we all said, fucking Antifa, because we knew that's what was going on.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Antifa, they're anarchists.
Yeah, they're anarchists.
So people were stopping them from doing it.
Yes, we were stopping it the best we could, but they just, you know.
They kept doing it.
They kept doing it over and over again, and it was just people that we did not. Everyone around me, I was right up in the, you know, up in the stage or up in the roundabout there, and we just went up there, as you know, as calm as can be.
I'm just gonna get some links.
Smashing the windows, and everyone around me was like, "That's not cool, that's not cool." And then the fucking Antifa started ranting, and then they took him out, and then it just kept going, and then it kept going.
So there was more than one there, and their objective
Oh yeah, there was way more than one.
Because they know the American people are upset. Yeah, the American people are upset. So once they got those doors open, because people are upset, they want to go in, and people just went in. A lot of people were innocent in the fact they didn't go in and actually tear up anything, but it didn't matter at that point.
99% of the people.
Let me get another live feed up here running. Hold on.
Smash windows or go inside and cause any disruption.
Exactly.
Okay, because I was there. I was literally there, and we went in.
We walked from here to the Capitol, and you could feel it. Like, you could feel that people were there because they wanted to be heard.
Yeah.
They wanted their voices, and they wanted to pull the curtain back, like the Wizard of Oz, right?
Space Drive, okay, give me 1 second here. I'm just going to get...
to say, we need to be heard, and we're going to pull the curtain back, and we want to see who's pulling the levers. And so, you know, I didn't storm into the building, but I was there when it was breached. And, you know, the people who were up front, yeah, I mean, there's violence is never to be condoned, right? But there was a general sense that in some ways, maybe they were kind of the front line of the people who wanted to go in and say, listen to us. We have something to say.
So why is it okay for Antifa and BLM to terrorize the nation for the past 4 years, and they never, not a single time be called domestic terrorists by Joe Biden, but they have this one instance, and then they wipe out everything that they've done in the past?
Because the mainstream media they're obviously owned and operated by certain people that, you know, are behind the curtains that we don't know, that do own the whole, you know, narrative, and they completely 100% control it, you know, and they want to just make us look bad.
1 sec, guys.
You know,
I'm just trying to pull up this feed.
Bad. And it's just not the way it is. And what did they say back in June when they were burning down the city? What did they say? They didn't say anything.
They did. They actually said that these were just frustrated people, and they're just expressing their feelings.
Literally churches. They're burning churches down. What do? We went in there and we occupied the outside, basically, of the Capitol building.
It was peaceful.
It was peaceful.
Totally, the whole entire 2 days.
Have y'all
Yeah,
checked your
it was-
pictures? Check the times on your pictures?
Okay, so let's...
Check the times on your pictures and then start looking at...
Here, we'll bring this up.
when the news is reporting things.
Yeah, well, another peculiar thing is, when we got there was people that were already inside the Capitol building. Like, if you're a true supporter of Trump, you would have waited until Trump speaks.
San Francisco and New York City. New York City's dropping off. While I got this here, I'm gonna get find out why the links aren't working. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up and share the stream. Love you, but I can't stay. Can you let Wayne know? Yes, I know. Slick Rick TV roots go deep, brother. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay, let me.
Extent of the law. They're just gonna go after them hardcore and put them in jail. You understand it? Put them in jail. It pisses me off to no end. After the past 4 freaking years. Week after week after week, Trump supporters have been brutally beat up, brutally attacked. And the mainstream media, the FBI, CIA, law enforcement, they knew who these people were that did most of these attacks.
He's 100% right.
And they did nothing about it. When George Floyd happened, which I still say was a plan, was all planned out. When George Floyd happened, and people started rioting in the streets, that's when they gave everyone an excuse to go out in the streets. They weren't saying anyone, they weren't telling anyone to go home. They weren't talking about super spreaders. And thousands upon thousands of people went down the street. They were tearing up people's businesses, people's livelihoods. This is before they went to the total shutdown on everything as well. But they did one shutdown where everybody was bottled up. But I'm talking about where they started just closing businesses, wouldn't even allow businesses to be open. They had everyone bottled up, and then they brought in the George Floyd, and it just all built up.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, it exploded. They gave a pass for all these people to go out.
Exactly.
And as a result, different cities throughout the nation, people's businesses, people's vehicles just burnt to the ground. One gentleman was trying to protect his business, and
exactly what he just said. Exactly what he just said. And they put things down. They did things to get people to go in that direction. They highlighted George Floyd. They highlighted this other shit, and they got people to go in that direction. Black people have been profiled and treated like shit and everything. Everybody's been treated like shit, but they've been taking the brunt of it for generations now. And you find it not weird that the moment there's a pandemic, there's a huge election, and there's a huge like everything going on, and now's the time where they decide to stand up, and the police say, no, we're not going to bother? Come on. It's too coincidental. They knew what was going on. They needed people to go down that avenue to keep people focused over here, to keep people in their homes. If it wasn't the virus keeping you at home, it was the crazy rioters that were keeping you at home. They wanted people kept at home. Because if you're at home, the only source of information you had was on the screen, on this computer screen. And what could they do? They could censor it. They censor me. They censor everybody else. So they literally funnel what information that you get, they give you. So they make you stay at home. Fear of rioters, fear of the virus, fear of crime, this and that. And then what do? You're sitting here going, okay, is it safe to go out now? What's going on in the world? This is your source of income, or a source of information. And then they censor it to keep you more scared. It's ridiculous. I see what they were doing. I see it. I see what they were doing. Oops, what did I just do there? What did I just do? Oh. Did I just screw that up? Yeah, I just screwed that up. I screwed that up. All right. He's so right. He's so right.
And Mitch McConnell, because you know, they didn't even talk about it. And then Mitch McConnell was saying the feds asked Mitch McConnell, "Do you have any cameras around your home?" So when Antifa and BLM were finding their way to these politicians' homes, did the FBI ask them then, did they have any cameras? Why all of a sudden now they got to ask for cameras? And also, there's been a bomb threat at the Capitol.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, like earlier, I truly believe that there were some Antifa members going in, sparking it up, causing the chaos to go in, and people just followed in because of the frustration. But the bomb threat, that is straight up from the left. They're taking advantage of it. I'm telling you. Without me even seeing it, of course, it is my opinion because I don't have any direct access to the evidence, but common sense will tell you that's exactly what it is. They're taking advantage of it to make us as Trump supporters look even worse, to make us look bad, to try to make us all look like domestic terrorists. Joe Biden today called Trump supporters that were at the Capitol, not the ones that just went in. He alluded to every single Trump supporter that was at the Capitol as domestic terrorists.
Yep.
And I've been saying this. I've been saying this for over 2 years now. President Trump was just in the way of them doing this one world order takeover. I've been saying this for over 2 years now. The main reason why they want to get rid of President Trump, because they see, you know what is a bigger threat than President Trump? Do you know what the bigger threat is? Because President Trump, he's highly important. But what's happening, this thing is bigger than President Trump.
Okay, that I can get with.
The biggest threat to the left here in the United States of America is Christianity. Straight up. That's the main reason why they attack white people the way they do. Now, hear me. I said, you know what? I created a meme. I put a meme out there, and I had people.
Seriously, bro?
And I told people, I said, look, if we don't do our part, we're going to end up in this situation,
seriously?
this particular situation, where the Democrats are going to do X, Y, Z, and we're going to end up right where we don't want. People would send me emails, and sometimes when I take phone calls, people would call me upset because I'm saying what I'm saying. Just mad at me. Trump supporters angry with me. I mean, just got angry with me. Some people sent me messages saying, well, I'm no longer going to follow you because of what you're saying. And I said, look, I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to be right. But we cannot look the other way and not pay attention to it. I had people calling me saying, Will, or send me messages, Will, stop talking about the negative stuff that could possibly happen. Really? If you don't talk about the negative stuff that could possibly happen, you won't pay attention when it's coming. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
And
He's right.
I constantly say it. But right now, Christianity is going to come to the forefront.
See, he's on the right path. He's on the right path.
They're not going to say Christianity.
But he's still not looking at Trump as maybe Trump knew and is in on it. That's where me and him differ a little bit. Where I'm going to step back and look at the whole picture, including Trump, he's still overlooking somebody and could possibly turn around and bite him in the ass. He's still not looking at the right person.
They would call white people neo-Nazis. They call white people racist. They call white people just the KKK. They call white people are Nazi sympathizers. They call anybody who was white. They said that you were just automatically racist. You were racist simply because you supported President Trump. But the main thing, they did that because most people in this nation that are white are Christians. Now, of course, there's some people that are not Christians. I get that supported President Trump. I get it because a lot of people wait.
Whoever has a wrench right now, enjoy it, because I know for a fact that Emma was supposed to take him back last night. She just hasn't done it. So enjoy the wrenches while you got them, because they are being taken away again and only handed out when we really, really get busy and stuff like that. Because 7 is right about one thing. The channel blew up when there was no wrenches. So it's nothing against anybody, but I know she is taking them back. So that's a fair warning, guys. I'm just letting you know. My kids,
2 years.
Boo.
President
Thank you very
Trump's
much. My kids that we have here.
The past 3 years.
I changed my name last night after the U.S.
Before the last year.
Bang everybody right from
before the pandemic.
Thank you very much for that.
President Trump had the economy.
Thank you, Boo.
In the United States of
America.
America.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Better than
Eddie. Holy smokes,
Eddie.
Don't count Trump out yet. Why do you think they are trying to push the 25th? He's still timed because they don't want him to be able to
has ever seen.
Be able to get
for
them
the economy,
for treason,
for the jobs, for all of it.
Or are they pushing for the 25th Amendment to make people feel comfortable that there's still hope, that Trump hasn't turned yet? I'm gonna play that angle. I'm gonna watch everything. Are they doing that just to keep the people happy until Biden gets in and the switch of power happens? I don't know. I don't want to believe that, but that's how I'm looking at it.
And
We
then
lost the other
come back,
feed. Hold
and
on,
all
guys.
of a sudden,
Sad.
but Christianity, our religious freedoms, what the Bible talked about, is about to come in everyone's face. And I know some people will get upset with me about what I'm about to say too, but I'm going to say it. I don't mind being wrong, but I'm going to say it. I can't tell you how many people are saying, I'm just waiting for the rapture now. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I don't mean to upset you. I don't want to do anything to waver your faith in Christ. I want to help build up our faith, your faith, my faith. That's my only goal, because we have to really remember and realize that we need to lean on Christ. But a lot of people are saying, I'm just waiting for the rapture right now, the rapture. The rapture's not going to come because of this election. That has nothing to do with the rapture. People sending me emails about it, okay? Now, I would love to be wrong. I would love for right now. I would not complain at all.
Eddie, thank you there again,
You understand
by the
what I'm
way.
saying? But there's so many people thinking that they're just going to be out of here before it gets really bad. And if it doesn't, the people that are here when it's really bad, they're going to think that God has forgotten about them. And that's when our faith is going to be really tested. Now, I don't want to upset anyone. That's not my goal here. And people,
These guys remember this guy?
The rapture is going to happen before the temple is going to be built. If you want to believe that the rapture is going to, happen just because of, Kamala Harris.
I can't believe that this guy here is even still on air after storming the Capitol yesterday. This guy here was like front and center. This guy here even made the whole Simpson thing. And this guy here has got a lot of balls still being on air. He's got a lot of balls being on air. Like, do you know how much time that guy's going to get for doing what they did at the thing? And he just stands right the fuck out. Like, he's screwed. Anyways. I'm going to keep looking for feeds here. Give me one sec, guys.
Where we are, I kept saying that I want to be wrong. And people kept sending me messages, well, you're wrong, you're wrong. And yep, here we are. And I so wish I was wrong. I created a meme talking about it earlier.
Wow. That's crazy.
I wish I was wrong.
An actor, yeah.
I so wish I was wrong. But another thing that I see coming.
Don't you want subscribers, Wayne?
You see what they did to President
Yeah,
Trump's Twitter?
RH, what are you talking about?
Going to his Facebook. I mean, he's still currently the president. He is still the president no matter what until January 20th. He's still the president, right? So there's still hope. We have to still hope, right? There's nothing wrong with holding on to hope. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But you see, when I'm talking about something else I see coming, let's just say it all goes down and everything happens the way that the left wants it. How they've already shut down Trump's Twitter. How they suspended for 24 hours. Lynn Wood, I think his account is completely gone. They're going to do multiple people like that. They're going to start doing more people like that. And pretty soon, we won't be able to communicate
Furry
with each
Cat,
other
thank
at
you
all,
very much. I'll
right?
make sure she
I won't
gets
be able to
that.
do these videos because they're going to shut them down. You won't be able to go to Parler, Orbis, or any of the other apps because Google, which is total liberal, right?
He's got a point.
Apple,
Listen.
which is total liberal, right? They're going to shut the apps down. And then, because most people connect via their mobile device, just like right now. I guarantee most of the people watching this right now, most people, not everybody, but most people are watching from their mobile device. Very few people will go to the computer. and pull up a website and go to it. Right? Very few people. Right? Right now there's 1,600 people on here. 1,600 people don't have short wave radios that are not even just that. You need 100.
This guy here
million
is
people to have
Unite
to
America
own a
First.
shortwave radio, at least, in order to get your message out. But see, that's not going to happen. Every, like, say for example, the 74, the 80, the 7 between the 74 million people that voted for Trump. Every single one of those 74 million people would need to have
that's
a
his channel
shortwave
there,
radio
guys.
in order for us to communicate. What I'm talking
That's
about
his channel.
coming is once they shut down all the communication, we're not going to be able to communicate with each other. It's going to be totally done. And that is coming. I don't want to be right in that, but that is coming. It's the same thing. What we're seeing right now, the China takeover, they're using the same tactics from China unto us. And once Kamala Harris, Biden goes in there, it is going to be full-fledged. Full on. I don't want to be right in that. I don't want to be right in that. But I see it coming. Because they've already done other apps in the past what they deemed, just racist. And they said this app was, the app I'm talking about is Gab.
Okay, check my
They
email.
said that app was for all white supremacist neo-Nazis. And they shut it down. Now, you can still go to a browser and go to it. But people just assumed that it was completely gone because they shut the app down.
Is at the Justice Department. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening to you. Right now, the highest levels of the FBI and Justice Department are personally involved to make sure that these criminals who raided the Capitol are brought to justice. We want to show you a few pictures. Some people of interest authorities want to talk to. They want to hear from this man identified as Jake Angeli. I'm told he's a QAnon conspiracy theorist who lives in Arizona. Angeli broke into the Senate chamber at one point, sat in the dais chair where Vice President Mike Pence sat just minutes before. Then, Brett, there's Richard Barnett, a Trump supporter from Arkansas who had a personal vendetta against House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, so much so he broke into her office and left this message. It said, quote, "We will not back down." Authorities are asking for help to identify dozens of these people. The Capitol is equipped, as you mentioned, with that facial recognition technology, I'm told, named.
Holy shit. Okay, so just let me put this out there, guys. For the people that are just new to the channel, I've said this before. I've said this for months. I wear a mask because I don't like being identified when I go to the store, when I go to the bank, when traffic cameras, anything. I'm going to sneeze. Fuck. This is a perfect example of it. Right there. If you want to keep your privacy and you want to be able to do what you're doing, fuck the virus, fuck all that shit. Put something on your face when you go out and do it for your own privacy, because this is how bad it's getting. This is how bad it's getting. Don't do it because, hey, I ain't going to be told not to do it. Do it because you want to keep your privacy. You want to keep your shit private. That's why. That's why I do it. And I said it months and months ago. That's why I wear one. So the moment they literally said you guys can wear a mask, I went, fuck yeah. Hey, guess who I am? That's right, you don't know. I didn't do it because I was scared of some virus. I did it because I knew what the fuck they were going to do. And I said that months ago. Months ago. Look at what they're doing. Don't do it because of that. And all they're doing is, now look, all the people that are being defiant are like, nah, I'm not going to fucking listen to God or to Jesus or to anybody. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. Look it. Now the evil is prevailing because they're able to track your face. So it's so sickening. It's so sickening. And look, all the people that that rebel, they now know who they are. Why? Because they didn't want to. They did it on purpose. Where? It's like talking to kids. You tell your kids, do not go in that room and don't eat the chocolate. You leave the room, what do? They go in the room, they eat the chocolate. The government did the exact same thing. The government said, do this, and we went, fuck you, we'll do what we want. And this is what they did.
Are already being matched with face to identify dozens.
Listen to this.
For help to identify dozens of these people. The Capitol is equipped, as you mentioned, with that facial recognition technology. I'm told names are already being matched with faces. There was another man hanging from the House chamber, and he said that he just got caught up in the moment. Now, 35-year-old Ashley Babbitt from San Diego lost her life in the Capitol siege. She broke through barriers and illegally entered the Capitol, where investigators say she was shot by a Capitol police officer. She was an Air Force veteran. That officer is now on leave pending an internal investigation. 3 other people, Brett, died from medical emergencies outside in the chaos. To add on top of that, authorities found 2 pipe bombs, one outside the Democratic and one outside the Republican National Committee headquarters. Police also found a cooler with a Molotov cocktail. One man was arrested with a military rifle and 11 Molotov cocktails. FBI Director Christopher Wray saying in part in a statement released today, such behavior betrays the values of our democracy. Make no mistake, with our partners, we will hold accountable those who participated in yesterday's siege of the Capitol. Now, back here at the Justice Department, authorities announced 55 different federal charges, plus those 75 arrests. A couple names just released within the last hour or so. I want to read it. Christopher Alberts and Mark Leffingwell. Insurrection and sedition charges are possible for them and more people. And Brett, to top it off, there's this executive order from President Trump last June of 2020 talking about
Christopher
10
says
years
if you care about privacy, keep your mug off the off the net. I don't care about now. I want people to hear what the fuck I'm saying. I want people to know what I'm saying when I'm sitting in the comfort of my home, that I'm saying this is how I feel and this is what I think. But when I go out on the street, I don't need you knowing where the hell I'm buying my bread or my milk or any of my, my extra small condoms. I don't need you knowing where I buy all my shit. That's for me.
That destroys federal property or monuments. He has not commented on this executive order and the power it holds since the siege of the Capitol yesterday. Brett?
David, there's been
the siege on what happened in Portland? What happened in Seattle? Were those were just demonstrations, peaceful protesters? Sorry. When they were trying to set the building and the courthouse on fire, that was just peaceful protesting. Sorry, it slipped my mind. Sorry.
a lot of speculation online and elsewhere about Antifa and people tied to Antifa somehow infiltrating this group. Is the federal
terrible
authorities
sexy? Absolutely.
saying anything about that?
They can identify you by your walk, by the strides of how you walk, how you do it. They can identify you with a lot of things. But it's going to be the average person that holds up a phone and takes a picture of you and adds it online. They're not going to be able to take that because they go through all social media. They go through all this shit. You can't tell me that you can measure and all this shit right from me sitting or right now, right? So.
Brett, that was something floated heavily by Matt Gaetz, the congressman from Florida, that Antifa was indeed behind this. My law enforcement sources are telling me it's possible there may be one or two people that has a loose tie to Antifa. They're investigating that, but the majority of the people that stormed the Capitol, they say were not related to Antifa from everything they can tell, and they're saying that theory is debunked as of now, and the investigation continues.
Okay, David Spahn, thank you.
You're saying that facial recognition isn't 100%. You're right. It's not 100%. You don't want to be accused or be misidentified. You're absolutely right.
Let's
but
find
if
out where things stand.
if you look at
David spoke. David, there's been
but if you look at
power, I would change stuff like
the rule
that.
of law and stuff like that, the
You understand what I'm
identification,
saying?
they got to be able to identify you. They're definitely 100% going to identify you if you're not wearing a mask versus wearing one.
Coming, And I still don't want to be right. I still don't want to be right about it. But here it is. Here it is. I'm pretty sure many of you heard me say that before. Many of you heard me say that before. And then at first I'm sitting there walking around, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, I'm so frustrated. I'm so irritated. I'm so angry. And when I was at the Washington Memorial today,
I hear him.
When I was at the Lincoln Memorial today, I remember I saw these women, and these women were on the steps, and they were crying. And I can just understand. And it's not that
I'd like to begin by addressing the
crying
heinous attack.
like in 2016. I mentioned this on my video earlier. These women were not crying like in 2016 when they lost because they were just buttered.
What is this? I want to hear this. I haven't heard this yet. Maybe you guys heard this. I haven't heard this yet. Let's just put this up like this for 2 seconds here. I haven't heard this yet, so.
On the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. We have just been through an intense election and emotions are high. But now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. We must get on with the business of America. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time for our people. A menacing pandemic has upended the lives of our citizens, isolated millions in their homes, damaged our economy, and claimed countless lives. Defeating this pandemic and rebuilding the greatest economy on earth will require all of us working together. It will require a renewed emphasis on the civic values of patriotism, faith, charity, community, and family. We must revitalize the sacred bonds of love and loyalty that bind us together as one national family. To the citizens of our country, serving as your president has been the honor of my lifetime. And to all of my wonderful supporters, I know you are disappointed, but I also want you to know that our incredible journey is only just beginning. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
All right, so that always something at the very end, eh? Always just always something. Now a lot of people are gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, he said it's not done yet. Said it's not done." Oh, I don't know. Was it just for show? Was it just for hype? I don't know.
I'm not talking about, I try to adhere to the guidelines. I talk about stuff, and, I don't tell people, like, I give my opinion on stuff, but I don't have direct access to information, so I can't sit there and tell you, like, this, and this. Some people do send me stuff, but I don't share it because there's no way for me to go in and actually verify it. And then when I do verify it, the fact checkers kick in and help out to block it, to stop it. It happens constantly. Constantly. The fact checkers kick in to block out the truth and bring in whatever facts that they want. It constantly happens. So you have to walk the walk. Zachary, thank you so much for that. There was another young lady earlier. Let me see if I can see that. I apologize. Thank you for that. I'm just... But when I was at the Capitol, it was, you know, there was no... I heard reports where they were saying there was bags of bricks and they were trying to tear stuff up outside and just do all this and do all that. And I'm like, that's not happening.
I don't know.
One guy took one of the barricades and he laid it down flat, which had these things sticking up where they sit down. And I said, hey, if y'all gonna put those down like that, don't lay them down, because if someone falls on it, they get hurt. And they go, oh yeah, they're right. So they picked it up and moved it to the side. You know, I did go up on the steps. I never did go inside the building. I was told that people are getting to the airport and they're arresting people at the airport. That was at the Trump rally, at the Capitol. Kermit Green, thank you so much for that. So I'm kind of curious. My flight leaves out tomorrow. So when I go to the airport, I'm like, are they just going to flag me automatically? I mean, they're saying people, that's what Mitch McConnell is saying, that they're going to arrest anyone that went inside the building, regardless if you tore up anything or not. And see, that's the part that really pisses me off to no end. It ticks me off to no end. Some people just went into the building because they wanted to be in there to occupy it, right? But they never did arrest these people that killed people out on the streets because of something that happened in a different state.
He's got a point.
When George Floyd took place, people lost their lives over that. A black man lost his life over that. And they never wanted to go out and attack or arrest anyone then.
Yep. He's right. He's right.
Regina, thank you so much.
He is so right.
Never did. They never did. Hey, do me a favor. If you haven't, hit that like button for me. If you haven't hit that like button for me, help me get past the algorithms. I know the trolls are not going to hit the like button. And you know, the trolls are probably just on here watching, just seeing what I'm saying, to see if they can get something. Oh, let's get them to say something so we can report on them. Report them. For your trolls that are watching, I never call for violence. I do say that you need a good butt whooping for being little tyrant children. You need a good beating. You know, you need a good beating. Someone need to put you over the knee and give you a good beating, because you've never been disciplined. You need to be disciplined for all the tyrant stuff that you've done. But I don't ever call for violence. I don't ever call for violence. But your trolls, the only reason why you're here, and if you're still here, is because you don't hear the truth. You think you know the truth. And the only reason why you're here is because you want to hear the truth.
Yep.
That's the only reason why you're here. That's the only reason why you're here.
He's right.
Dana, thank you so much.
Just trying to find feeds here, guys. Sorry.
Wow, thank you so much for hitting that like button. Thank you so much. If you hadn't hit the... I learned that's how we get past the algorithms. And it's entirely up to you. Every one of you that's watching, it's entirely up to you to make it happen. I mean, I come on here and I do my part, and I try to, and I express, because I truly still believe that God put me here to speak out in this day and age. Because what's about to really come to the American people, to all of us on this planet, is going to be biblical.
Yep.
What we're about to see, what we're about to experience. See, this is what the evil one wanted. This is what the evilness is thriving for, because they're all about the one world order.
Yep.
Joe Biden already said he wants 100-day mandate with the mask over his face, over everybody's face. You're just walking down to the park. You walk to the mailbox. You have to have a mask on.
Yep.
I'm walking down the street here in D.C. This happened today. I'm walking down the street here in D.C. Thank you so much, William.
He's right.
I'm walking down the street, and this lady rolls her windows down on her vehicle, screaming, "Put your mask on," while she's in the vehicle with someone else not even wearing a mask. But she's screaming at me, telling me to put my mask on, roll her window down, screaming at me and others that were with me. Put your mask on, just cursing, put your mask on. I'm sitting there thinking like, my God, are we really in Nazi Germany? Last night I put a video out there where the police officers were containing everyone in the hotel.
Yep.
Wouldn't let people go out and simply have a smoke. But the lady was screaming at me. So what's going to end up happening, and I see this coming as well, what's going to end up happening is that they're going to, report people that's not wearing a mask, that's not complying to the whole CCP. We're so
screwed. I'll say it for you.
In a predicament.
I'll say it. You're screwed.
And I will tell you, we should be, and to some extent, we should be rejoicing. If you truly believe in God's word, we should be rejoicing. But I get it. It's hard. Oh, yes, it is hard. It is difficult.
All right, let's see what we got here. It's
difficult because of this right here. This right here makes it really difficult. This flesh hinders us, right? So yes, I get it. It makes it difficult, but
all right. So I'm just gonna pause and mute them for 2 seconds, guys. So just so you guys know, if you like what you're seeing, hit the thumbs up button, share it out. If you're just new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We go live every single night. With that being said, guys, if you guys have any links or anything you want to show up on the screen, I don't want to play anything from YouTube. So if you can find it on Twitter, Facebook, wherever, it doesn't matter where it is, just anything that's not on YouTube, we'll put it up, we'll bring it up on the screen, we'll talk about it. If you're going to grab something off of YouTube, please make sure that the licensing for it is Creative Commons. So when you do your search for your video, go to the top at filters. It's over on the right hand side, look down, filter out Creative Commons so that you know that it's good for reuse on YouTube. So with that being said, please, we'll send some, I don't know if somebody can try dropping a link in the chat and I'll see if I can see it. If that doesn't work, then we'll have to start handing out wrenches so people can drop links, and then we can do it like we did the old days. Give you a wrench for 3 minutes or so, drop a link, and then take it away. My links still aren't showing up, Space Drive? I sent you an unedited video from the shooting inside the Capitol to your video not recommended for showing on here. Yes, I did see that. MCQ, I did see that. It was absolutely, it was the most disturbing thing I've seen in a while. And the reason why I find it disturbing isn't the fact that somebody shot somebody and somebody lost their life. What was disturbing was the fact that it was completely uncalled for. There was enough officers there in riot gear. There was enough detectives there. There was no reason to be discharging a firearm in a small enclosed area like that with the threat that that woman would have posed to any one of those officers. There is no reason why that firearm should have been discharged in that vicinity. That was a major error on whoever was holding that gun. 2 Mob 2. Okay, Trump never. Okay, Operation Meatloaf. All right, chicken crap with a gun. There you go. You need to get on DLive. DLive, I won't go to DLive because DLive China owns that as well. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've been trying to post Terrence links. Okay, let's see. I can find Terrence. Let's do this. Terrence here. Let's see. Terrence. Uh, 9 hours ago. All right.
But y'all had nothing to say when Black Lives Matter. You know, that organization that act like they care about black people, but they really don't. You know, BLM, the group that act like they care about black lives, but don't say anything when black on black crime is happening. Yeah, that group. When they burn down cities all over this country, y'all had nothing to say. Nothing at all. Those lips were zipped. Y'all had nothing to say. When they burned down Target, nothing. When they burned down Wendy's, nothing. Not only that, you Democrats and liberals want to act like y'all care about law and order. Black Lives Matter and Antifa burned down police stations And y'all had nothing to say. Nothing to say at all. But now y'all act like y'all care about law and order. Because, hold on. So you mean to tell me that it was okay for BLM and Antifa to burn down small businesses, to burn down Walmart, to burn down people's homes, to burn down people's livelihoods. But y'all have a problem with Trump supporters walking into the Capitol? Trump supporters did not burn down the Capitol. Trump supporters did not burn down anything in Washington, D.C. at all. Trump supporters went and took the Capitol. Yes, they did. And there were a bunch of liberals posing as Trump supporters also that were breaking windows. There were some liberals posing as Trump supporters agitating.
Yep.
Yeah, starting violence to try to get Trump supporters all riled up to go crazy. But y'all want to trip because Trump supporters went into the Capitol? They didn't burn down nothing. That's the people's house anyway. The people run the Capitol. We keep the lights on. We the people. We keep that building going. We the people. We, the people who pay taxes, run that building. And they have the right to be in there. It's not violent to walk into the Capitol.
The shit that flows.
So how do we fight back against this is really the question. Because as I say,
Ben Shapiro. Yeah, I don't even know. There's no, like, I love when people's like, how do we fight back against this?
Before.
Dude, there's no way of fighting back against this unless you're like really.
And God wants us to know that we can lean on Him. We have to pray. Don't get angry and want to harm anyone. Do not do that. Get prayerful. You understand what I'm saying? If you get angry, pray. Let God know that you're mad. Tell Him. It's like what, you think He don't know? Tell Him that you're angry.
Exactly.
Talk to God just like
MCQ02, you got it.
God, I am angry. God,
for him to be able to raise his firearm, move his finger to the point where his weapon is becoming hot, and to literally take aim and to assess the situation and to feel like she was a threat, that was premeditated when he pulled that trigger. There's no way. There's no way. I totally agree with you. And they could have restrained her.
And I want God to intervene. I want God to just be miraculous.
There was enough officers there to restrain her, but they ended up just shooting her, and hey, they're going to justify it. But yet, Kyle getting beat down by skateboards, gun coming up to his head, and people storming at him, he shoots in self-defense, and he's got to stand trial for that shit. Not saying what he did was right or wrong or whatever, but I'm just saying, the guy literally is running for his life, getting hit over the head with skateboards. A guy walks up with a gun pointed at him, and he turns around and shoots, blows the guy's arm off, kills another guy that was literally threatening his life prior to that, and now he's got to stand trial and prove it. But a bunch of people, a woman storms into the Capitol, and there's full of people there with SWAT gear and detectives and everything. They couldn't detain her. Couldn't pepper spray her. They had to shoot her. And we put that cop at home on administrative leave. So he'll still get his full pay, his full benefits, full everything. But he'll go home and sit there and watch Netflix while it's happening. Fucking.
You're absolutely right.
Yes, I am. Thanks.
But we just need to have faith, right? We need to have faith. And let's not read into anything. Hey, Jeff, thank you so much for that.
Tell your guests to get home well.
Thank you so much for that.
I'm a UAFN fan. Deb.
Okay. What time is it? All right. I have a really, really early flight, so
And
hopefully, I mean, I was just at the Capitol. I didn't go in the building, but you know, I'm sitting there thinking, will they flag me just because I speak out against these politicians? And a lot of people share my videos. This last trip, I was just, you know, I do the videos all the time, and I don't ever go out expecting.
You can tell he's nervous.
Hey Will, I completely don't think about that. I mean, I really don't. Every now and then,
Brad S.
I have.
Wayne
But
hates me. He isn't talking
this
to me
past
anymore.
Trip, I wasn't even thinking about me just going out and people recognizing me. But because I speak out the way I do,
I just
all
seen it.
these politicians, these corrupt politicians, Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Mitt Romney.
What's up, Brad? I see you made it home good. I know it's a bad feeling.
Pelosi,
Facebook, YouTube, everything.
Adam.
I hear you.
Schiff, Nadler, just all of them. They're all so corrupt. And what happened here
Was he
just
the one that
really
was on
showed
the
us
thing?
all how corrupt they are. And some people don't even care.
Did he go to the building?
Yeah.
In?
Some people don't even care. But I'm sitting there thinking, like, you know, I was
Well,
just
you should,
covering
because
it
they're
outside,
arresting
so I don't
them all
think
and
there's going to
charging
be
them.
any issues. But I was sitting there, I can't help but think about it, right?
Well,
I don't want that.
If he went in the building, he's going to get
Be
arrested.
on my way. I just want to be on my way. Like, I really don't want it. But
G-Money,
they've
how you doing?
already... Let me ask you this. Think about this. They already talked about the list. You remember that? The list. There's the list. So, Antifa...
Good night. Good day.
BR/BLM,
Hello, Annie. Brad Essen
they
kidding
have
with
me
you.
on their
Blah,
hit
blah.
list. So are there any other lists that are possibly on?
Okay,
because
wait,
you know,
wait.
once they got that list, actually the FBI, I was told the FBI took that page down. And so you know the FBI is looking. Oops, sorry. So you know the FBI is looking at everybody
Okay, I'm gonna look
on
at that
list
Brad S.
to figure out who they are. Why are they on the list? Why is Will Johnson on the list, among other people? So you know they're looking at it, right? Mr. J, thank you so much. So that's all I'm saying.
Rob Vet says hi, Annie. Okay.
Because Antifa, BLM, none of them go to jail for committing crimes. They make up stuff on Trump supporters and send us to jail. I mean, so I can't help but think about it, right? Not that anything's gonna happen, but I can't help but think about it.
Just some
Especially now that we're
people.
living
Some
in
people we know
commie
that
America.
were actually at
Right?
the building.
Byron, thank you so much. As a no party preference voter from California, thank you.
California?
The only reason I voted for Trump is because of Democrats having done nothing to stop BLM rioters. Thank you for acknowledging the truth. Thank you for acknowledging the truth. And President Trump was trying. Thank you for acknowledging the truth. Now, the only reason why I'm like, I want to go rah, 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 and just
Speak out.
get all into it, but I think there's people in the next room. And there's people in the next room, so I'm trying to keep my composure. I'm trying to keep my composure, but I just want to... I want to do what all of you feel, what we all feel. I just...
Yep.
Right? Just because of the evilness that's blatantly in front of our face. And they're not even hiding it any longer. They're not hiding it. Not even hiding it. So, all right, I got to get up early. Thank you so much for all of your blessings and your support. Please, do me a favor. If you can, if you're willing, please head over to UniteAmericaFirst.com And check out my t-shirt that I have on there. The Beat China, Save America. Please help me out. Because when you get one of those t-shirts, that actually helped my organization. Me going out, you sponsoring me, you helping me out. That helps me get to these different locations to report on the stuff. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future. But please consider UniteAmericaFirst.com and check out that t-shirt. It's called Beat China, Save America.
Wow.
All right. Let me see.
I feel this guy's pain. I really do.
Someone said, please check in tomorrow. All right. I'll try. I'm going to try. I'm most definitely going to try. So maybe while I'm traveling, I'll try to compile some stuff together. It just depends. A lot of times I get on the airplane and it's like go up and then I go right to sleep. So some people can't, but it just knocks me out. Okay.
This is bad.
I love you back. Thank you so much, everybody. Nope, I'm flying home. So I was blessed to be able to fly home. I got the tickets really, really cheap. Really cheap. So, all right, UniteAmericaFirst.com, everybody. God bless. Good night.
So this was a press release that I came across. I haven't watched this yet, so this is going to be the first time I've taken a look at this. So I'm pretty sure some of you have already watched this later on or earlier, I should say. I haven't had a chance to watch this. I'm just going to watch it now, and then I'm going to give my input on what I think about what's going on here. But clearly it has to do with the incidents that took place yesterday at the Capitol. So I'm just going to take a quick look at what's going on here, what they're saying, and then we'll go from there. It's very disturbing that this shit is going on, and I'm at a loss for words right now. I had my little spill at the beginning of the stream, and then after that, I was just like, it's like, what do you say? What do you do? All right, so let's get right into this here. All right, let's get right into this. I got a link to drop, but you need to check it first. Okay, we'll do. Just give me 1 second. Let's just take a look at this. Yeah, I'll bring it up in a minute.
Good afternoon. Joining me are Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford, Major General Tim Gowan, who is the Adjutant General of the Maryland National Guard, and Colonel Jerry Jones, the Superintendent of the Maryland State Police. Yesterday, our nation's capital, the seat of our federal government and the heart of our American democracy, came under siege in a heinous and violent assault. While we are all still taking stock of what happened and why it happened, I want to provide a situational update on the state of Maryland's response yesterday and the additional actions we have taken today. I was in the middle of a video conference yesterday afternoon with the Japanese ambassador
Oh, there you
to
go.
the United States when my chief of staff came in to inform me
Worried about the
that
stuff
the
that's
US
going on over there.
Capitol was under attack. I immediately excused myself from that video conference and convened an emergency meeting immediately of our entire unified command team, including General Gowan, Colonel Jones, our senior staff, our Homeland Security advisor, and leaders of the Maryland State Police and the Maryland National Guard.
Squad Conqueror, thank you very much,
We
man.
immediately offered a support to the District of Columbia, which submitted a direct request for law enforcement support through the Emergency Management Assistance Compact. I directed Colonel Jones.
I love his
to
facial
mobilize
expressions.
Our entire mobile field force of 200 specially trained Maryland State Police troopers to provide security for our nation's capital. I also instructed General Gowan to immediately call up our initial response force of the Maryland National Guard. Right in the middle of that meeting with our security team, I got a phone call from House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer. who was calling me saying that he and Speaker Pelosi and Senator Schumer were all together in an undisclosed bunker they've been spirited off to, some undisclosed location.
Terrible, sexy, be nice.
That the U.S. Capitol Police was overwhelmed, that there was no federal law enforcement presence, and that the leaders of Congress were pleading with me as the governor of Maryland for assistance from Maryland's National Guard and State Police. I informed Speaker Hoyer and the other leaders that a force of specially trained riot police equipped to respond to civil disturbances, along with members of allied and local law enforcement agencies, were already en route to the Capitol. I also told them that I authorized the mobilization of the Maryland National Guard and that I was ready, willing, and able to immediately deploy them to the Capitol. However, we were repeatedly denied approval to do so. Under federal law, the mayor of the District of Columbia does not have authority over the Guard, and we must receive approval from the Secretary of Defense before we're able to send our Maryland National Guard across the border into the federal city, into the District of Columbia.
Oh.
So we had a little back and forth trying to get that authorization. In the meantime, we did not hesitate. We continued to mobilize and get ready so that if and when we finally got that approval, we could immediately move. Approximately an hour and a half later, I got a call on my cell phone from the Secretary of the Army, Ryan McCarthy, who gave us the authority that we needed to be able to move into the city. The initial contingent of Maryland National Guard members were the first to arrive in Washington from out of state. I just got back from the D.C. Armory, where I had a chance to meet with and thank some of the members of the National Guard for their service on this important mission to protect our nation's capital. I thank them for their service, and I told them that this assault on our democracy cannot stand. I just want to assure all Americans that the state of Maryland will do anything and everything we possibly can to continue to secure the core of our nation's capital and to ensure the peaceful transition of power. Today we are extending the Maryland National Guard's mission in Washington, D.C. through the inauguration and the end of the month.
Wow.
As part of a coordinated effort with federal and local law enforcement, the
there you go, Rob Brett.
Police's mobile field force team provided security support to restore the peace at the U.S. Capitol building last night, and also assisted the Metropolitan Police throughout the night with the enforcement of curfew violations. Maryland State Police commanders are in constant communication with D.C. law enforcement officials, and we have assured them that we will continue to provide any further assistance that they require. I spoke to Mayor Bowser last night and offered her Maryland's full support in the days and the weeks ahead. In addition, Maryland State Police, as well as the Maryland Capitol Police, some of which you see around here, have increased security around the Maryland State House complex. There's been a number of incidents at state capitals and governor's mansions around the country. It is somewhat fitting that we are addressing this shameful attack on our democracy from this historic state house, which is the very first peacetime capital of the United States. After all, it was right here that the peaceful transition of power was born 236 years ago, after leading the colonies to victory in the Revolutionary War. General Washington resigned his commission as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army right here, right there, in our old Senate chamber. At the time, the idea that a military leader would voluntarily transfer power to the people's representatives was virtually unthinkable and was without precedent in human history. But this selfless act secured our nation's future as a democratic republic and as the leader of the free world. Generations of Americans have sacrificed their lives.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna come back to this in 2 seconds, because this is the same bullshit we've been listening from politicians and people that crying and shit. We'll get back to that in a minute. I'm not a fan of Fox News. I'm not. Okay. They don't really like me. Don't really like them. You know what I'm saying. But with that being said, I want to play this because the title of this is really, really interesting, and I want to see what is being said here. I really want to see what he says.
About what happened. So right now, serious people are upset about what happened yesterday in Washington. They want to figure out exactly what happened, and they want to know why it happened. But none of the people who should be asking are asking. Instead, they're taking the opportunity to mock the people who were there because they're from the wrong social class. As events unfolded yesterday, one CNN anchor, who, by the way, is the son of a Vanderbilt, which is relevant, you may have the blue jeans, made it explicit. Trump supporters are bad because they eat at lowbrow restaurants.
Look at them. They're high-fiving each other for this deplorable display of completely unpatriotic, completely against law and order, completely unconstitutional behavior. It's stunning, and they're going to go back, to the Olive Garden and to the Holiday Inn that they're staying at and the Garden Marriott, and they're going to have some drinks, and they're going to talk about the great day that they had in Washington, and they really did something and stand up for...
You listen to the CNN reporter literally trashing people, like, oh, they're going to go back to their... Like what? You're some fucking high-class piece of shit reporting now? Because, you hear the arrogance in in his face, like, in his face, the arrogance in his voice? Like, who the fuck, man?
For something, and they stood up for nothing other than mayhem.
It's just class war by another name, and never has it been more clear than in that clip. By the way, how much do you appreciate the lecture on patriotism and law and order from CNN? Did you appreciate that? Hope so. But the point is there are two standards, one that applies to you and the other that applies to the pasty, pink-haired Antifa riders. They can do whatever they want. They, of course, will go back to Sag Harbor at the end of the day and stay with their parents. It's totally fine. But Trump supporters, they're insurrectionists. They should be hunted down. Today, CNN unveiled a Soviet-style enemies list to make it a little easier to find all those Trump supporters and then destroy them.
And next, we will roll the tape on all of the president's enablers who have all helped to fuel the deadly insurrection at the U.S. Capitol.
Man, that is a Jeff Zucker order if there ever was one. We don't have the tape of the morning call this morning, unfortunately.
Wow. That's wild. That is wild. All right. Cops are bad. Watch what, Wayne, you're a bastard. I'm a bastard? Why do you think I'm a bastard? Cops are bad. Are you trying to, like... Oh, he's trolling. He's trolling. He's trolling. There you go. Have a nice day. See you later. Trolling. They catch him trolling and hating. Next stream, cause I ain't baiting. Alright, let's do this. Oh, did I mute it? Is that what I did?
Transition of power could become commonplace. Over the last 2 months, this sacred tradition has come under attack from our own president, who has chosen to fan the flames of hate and mislead millions of voters
Tucker Carlson tonight. So much going on. But first, a skeletal outline of the news. So yesterday, President Trump told a group of his supporters to head to the U.S. Capitol.
Grew up in the shadow of the United States Capitol. I proudly stood by my father's side at age 12.
Oh, some more fun. I stood by my father's side at age 12. Yeah, like, come on, get.
Defend the Constitution of the United States.
My Little Pony. Oh shit! I just got it. I just got it.
This sacred oath. What we saw in the nation's capital.
I just got what you were saying.
Attack on the people's representatives.
VP Gloves is live right now. Yeah, just another talking head. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Okay, let's. Oh my God! Help me out here. Wow, that was bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to take Lord's name in vain. I know it upsets a lot of you. Sorry, guys. All right, so you guys want to do a raid? You want to help somebody out?
But they did not.
You want to? Okay, let's put the talking head on pause there for a minute. Let's help this guy out. Give him a thumbs up. Give him a say hello and goodbye and whatever. Just help him out. Here's his his channel. If you can say hi to him, let him know I sent you, and then come on back over. Say hi. He's only got 4 people watching his stream, so maybe we can get a couple people to go say hi to him. That'd be cool.
Or whatever.
And then we'll come back to the talking head.
Hey, Squid. Sup, chatters? 07. Wayne Bomb says hi. Hello, Wayne.
I like making.
Hello,
I love making people's day like this.
Canadians. Hello, Canada. Your channel's about to get populated. Hey, Wayne. 07. Wayne Chatters, welcome.
Give him thumbs up,
Chatters. I was just getting bored. That's how, I mean, no offense, Cabbage. It's great talking to you. But, Wayners, what's going on? Wayne, hello.
Oh, Mike Anio, how you doing, Short Fuse? Hey, how you doing, Short Fuse?
A revenue hero. Thanks again, Wayne.
All right.
For helping us out. Guys, subscribe to VP Gloves channel if this is your first time seeing us. Wayners, yeah, do you guys have a name yet? A lot of times when people have channels. Hey, Tom, Canadian here. Hey, Brandon, J-Rub, what's up, chatters? Hello, Nina, thank you. She says, hello, God bless your channel.
All right. Let's get back to this here, and I'll pull up some other stuff. I want to hear what he's going to have to say here.
Governors and secretaries of state and the
All
judiciary.
right, let me pull up.
And the Congress, our institutions have held firm in the face of this attempted insurrection.
North Texas attorney fired after social media post from U.S. Capitol.
Each of us, especially those
Really?
who hold elective office, have a choice to make. We can show those who feel forgotten that we can actually deliver solutions.
Hold on a second.
Everywhere across the globe, threats to biodiversity
Hold on.
are some of
Come on.
to face in the decades to come, and yet we only note very scant progress thus far, at a time when we're closing the decade that the United Nations has devoted to this matter. It is for this reason that we need to increase our efforts on all fronts. I wish to particularly touch upon marine biodiversity. This is one of the subjects that I believe is a priority, and which is so
I know this may seem
rarely
boring, but this may
understood to its full extent. oceans often contain a wealth of biodiversity about which there is a great deal of ignorance, but this biodiversity is under threat. The IPBES estimates that 2/3 of our oceans are under threat. To preserve their biodiversity, we need to fight against climate change, which wreaks so much devastation in marine environments, and that was proved by the IPCC report we commissioned.
This is
that
live.
was published in Monaco last year. Climate change destroys habitats and disturbs ocean currents, and we need to fight against the corollary of climate change, that is ocean acidification, which is already damaging many species. And that has been demonstrated by many of the studies Monaco has conducted. We also need to eradicate plastic pollution.
S. Barber, thank you very much. Mark David, he is worse. Yes, I hear you. Rob Red Vet, Duffy 60, okay. Absolute long play. Hey, Wayne. How are you, buddy? Not too bad, not too bad. Dash Render.
We can but note that the minimum of 10% fixed by the CBD has not been reached in terms of area covered by MPAs. In the forthcoming conference in China, we'll need to fix more ambitious goals for both land and sea. It is for this reason that Monaco has joined the Global Ocean Alliance, whose goal is to have 30% of our oceans by the year 2030 with marine protected area status. And that should include Antarctica, that our ancestors in their wisdom devoted to the study of science. We also, with France and Tunisia, have joined the MedFund. This is an innovative mechanism designed to preserve and link up marine protected areas. Finally, I wish to draw your attention to the worrying situation of the coral reefs.
Morris, no you didn't.
Receive particular attention given their importance and their
Is there any word on what China's doing right now?
Rationale behind the ICRI initiative devoted to coral reefs. We co-chair this initiative, and it aims to acknowledge the specific needs of the coral reefs within the global biodiversity framework. We're not simply here talking about preserving a few species, a few ecosystems, or even a few seas. It's a question of preserving our planet, our future, and our very lives. It is for this reason that it is so important to act without delay. Thank you.
I thank the Sovereign Prince of Monaco for the statement just made. I now invite the President of the Republic of Kenya to deliver a pre-recorded statement.
President of the General Assembly, Secretary General, Your Excellency Antonio Guterres, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me start by underscoring that Kenya aligns itself with the statement delivered by His Excellency Ifran Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, on behalf of the Group of 77 and China. Mr. President, it gives me great honor to participate in this summit this year that marks the super year for biodiversity and nature. The year has provided us...
Oh, bullshit. Okay, I can't watch this. Alright, I thought it was something different. I'm sorry, guys. It hurts my soul in American. Okay, so there's a lot of talk right now that China sends stark message to Biden with Hong Kong crackdown. China potentially building military base 200 kilometers off Australia coast. Wow, that's pretty ballsy. 2 days ago, WHO disappointed a team encounters China visa issues. So China's not letting the WHO in to do any more research on what's going on. 5 hours ago, China's EU deal betrayed insecurities, not a wedge between US and EU. Oh, the red pen, huh? Okay. China's real work aims to win leading Australian... Wow. China's really doing their shit, eh? I don't know. Shit. The United Nations, this is what's going on right now. The United Nations, it doesn't say, it just doesn't give a fuck, only 19 people watching it. I don't know. There's nothing, I don't know. Democrat. Now, is someone told me that both sides delete social media? Okay, so someone said that the both sides are now Democrats. Is that what it is? Is that how Wayne? Who's going to stop them now? Nobody. No, I haven't seen it. Actually, you know what? Let's bring up that. Let's talk about that. Actually, hold on. Let me flip this back over here so I can have my screen back.
With a unique opportunity to get back on track.
Okay, let's bring up Twitter.
Inauguration, which we're always involved in. But this particular mission yesterday, it just seemed to be a little dysfunctional. And I can't explain. I don't know. I don't think any of our team knows exactly why the U.S. Capitol was not protected and how this
China commissioned to Congress and the Commission of China was created to.
All I can tell you is what we did immediately to try to help stop the situation.
Last question.
Have you had any conversations? The inauguration is in 13 days. Have you had any conversations about Maryland's involvement? I guess the first question is, do you think they can safely hold an inauguration in 13 days?
Well, I know that our entire team and every agency is talking to every federal agency, has been for months and months, as we do every inauguration, and I'm sure everybody's concerned about how to do it safely. I haven't personally been involved in discussions over the past day or so on inaugural planning, but I know they're continuing to proceed and trying to make sure they can do it in a safe way. It's one of the reasons why we now have, in addition to us, I think we have 5 other states of National Guard. 6,000 Guard members are now in the city, and they're all planning to be available through the inauguration.
Governor, the legislative session starts next week.
It does?
You might be on your mind, but I'm curious, what are your thoughts?
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, we actually had hoped to be focused on that today. It was going to be about some of our legislative priorities, and of course we got completely distracted on that. But next week I think we'll be announcing. Look, our priorities.
Alors on a accusé de faire des fausses vidéos. Voilà le jour où on est le 4 décembre. Vous avez bien vu. 4 décembre.
I wish the quality was better. The quality's shit. I want to show you this. This is Dubai. And look in Dubai. I mean, watching porn? Yeah, I am. Look at this. This is in Dubai. Check this out. And this is, or is this France? France. I think this is in France. And look, do you see social distancing or masks? Hold on.
Et bon, il n'y a toujours pas de masque. Alors on a accusé de faire des
This is France.
vidéos. Voilà le jour où on est le 4 décembre.
I wish it was clear, but
4 décembre, voilà. Et vous voyez, les gens se promènent pour aller au McDo.
Do you see something wrong? Do you see something wrong here in France? Do you see something wrong here? France, Italy, Dubai. These are people that I know personally that are taking these videos. This is in Sweden. Look at that. Do you remember the time, guys, when in North America here we could go to malls? Do you remember those days? Remember when we could go to movies and go shopping and do all those things? Do you remember those days? Look. Okay, give me a second. That's France. So that was in Sweden. There's Sweden, Egypt, Dubai, etc. All these places are literally, they're not on lockdown anymore. None of them are on lockdown. Does that make any sense? These tweets were removed. Those, yeah, okay, those tweets are all been removed. Before they investigate the people, yeah, no, those were removed as well. Yeah, that's the girl getting shot. Federal Aviation, page not found. Yeah. I don't know. Check your email. I sent you 2 more. Read the first and play both, buddy. Okay, let's see what we got here. See what we got. Okay, so ABC News. Okay, let's see.
After a night of lawlessness in the nation's...
All right, let's just bring this up. I'll watch it for the first time with you guys here.
After a night of lawlessness in the nation's capital, Congress finally ratifying the Electoral College vote, cementing Joe Biden's victory on becoming the next president of the United States.
Joseph R. Biden Jr. of the state of Delaware has received 306 votes.
In what is traditionally a purely ceremonial process, the joint session of Congress was marred by a violent pro-Trump mob who stormed the Capitol. Following President Trump's speech, repeating his false claims of voter fraud, the violent extremists followed his instructions.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
The rioters, some described as domestic terrorists, breaching barricades with ease, even appearing to get help from and taking selfies with some Capitol police officers. President-elect Biden blasting Trump and the angry mob that seized the Capitol, but also the law enforcement response.
Don't dare call them protesters. They were a riotous mob.
A riotous mob. Okay, did you guys see this guy right here? Hold on a second. I gotta show you something. I gotta show you guys something here. Hold on. It says the Simpsons. This okay. I can't. I'm not gonna play the video. Okay, but look at. Okay, you see that guy on the screen right there? Look, you see how his arms, his tattoos, he's got bricks on it. He's got a thing right here. It looks like a circle with it's clearly a tattoo. You see that? You see that on his chest right there? Okay, check this out. I want you guys to see this. Look at that. Literally the same thing. Here, let me make this bigger for you. You see his tattoos and everything. The arm is pretty accurate. This part is a little different, but then when you look at this here, look right here, all same thing. You got the tattoos with the bricks. Look at even the eyes. The eyes were painted the same as the eyes were painted here. You can't really see in this picture here, but you see how the eyes are like the flag. And he's holding it in his right hand, and he's got a tattoo on right here in the arms. Okay, but if you look at the other picture here, look, same thing. See the flag in the face, flag in the right hand side, and the arms. No shirt, no shirt. Isn't that like I don't get it. Like, really? Like you see the horns he's got on his head here? Like, look at, he's got the horns on his head. Like, did this guy just watch The Simpsons and say, "Fuck, I'm gonna literally mimic this"? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, does that make any sense to you? And that cartoon was from way before, so he had to have been mocking it, right? But here's the thing. Here's what I don't get. Okay, so what? He watched The Simpsons. He dressed up like it. But The Simpsons came out, that episode came out like years ago. So even if he did prep, he got this and that, how would he have known to go to the Capitol at that time? So, you see what I'm saying? There's something. I don't know. It's a game. It's a fucking game. It's all it is to them. They don't give a shit about anything else. It's just a game. The Illusion. When did that episode come out? Yeah, it was years ago. Years ago. Yeah. I'm going to start fucking watching The Simpsons. I can tell you that for sure. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm watching The Simpsons.
Trump fanatics confronting police inside the halls of Congress, some waving Confederate flags, one even making it to Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office. Vice President Pence and other lawmakers whisked away by security, others left hiding in closets and under desks.
It's wrong, and we've got to rebuild our nation.
The attempted takeover taking a deadly turn. 4 people died, 3 from medical emergencies, and 1 woman was shot and killed by police after she was allegedly part of the mob trying to force their way into the House chamber. Police also recovering 2 working pipe bombs at the Republican and Democratic Party headquarters, later safely detonating them. After the dust settled on one of democracy's darkest days, a bipartisan group of congressional leaders blaming one person for inciting the chaos.
So that's what I'm saying, though, Squad Conqueror. Even if he was sitting at home and he's seen that episode of them and he went, yeah, I'm going to get a tattoo. I'm going to go get all this shit done to look just like this guy. Okay, I'm going to do that. How would he know that the Capitol was going to be overrun so he would have that opportunity to reenact what was done in The Simpsons years ago? You see my point? It's not like he went, okay, we're going to the Capitol tomorrow. Hurry, tattoo me. Like, you see what I'm saying? So, that's what makes me go, wait a minute.
Chaos. Donald Trump.
The president caused this. The president is unfit, and the president is unwell.
And now growing calls from leaders from both parties to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove Trump from office just 13 days before his term expires.
A very dangerous person who should not continue in office.
COVID-19 spiraling out of control here in America with record high death tolls reported 2 days in a row. Wednesday alone, 3,865 people died from the virus, according to Johns Hopkins University, the deadliest day since the pandemic began. This amidst growing...
I have not watched the episode, but I will be watching the episode.
Concern about the slower than expected vaccine rollouts.
We see governors who are leaving vaccines sitting in freezers rather than getting it out into people's arms.
The White House Coronavirus Task Force urging state officials to ramp up vaccinations, especially amongst senior citizens, as some healthcare workers decline the shot.
You ought to be opening up to people 70 and over, or 65 and over. You ought to be making sure that the nursing home patients are getting vaccinated.
In North Carolina, cars began lining up at 5 a.m., seniors waiting up to 5 hours to get the vaccine. Meantime, in hard-hit Southern California, hospitals are reaching a breaking point. Ambulances log-jammed and lining up for hours in LA County.
Yesterday, I was at San Dimas Hospital, 17 hours in the back of a rig with a semi-critical patient. So it's oftentimes
Mauser, thank you very much for that donation. I really appreciate that.
Counting the minutes, and if they're really going downhill, there may not even be a spot to put them in the hospital.
Now fears that healthcare systems could be under...
So I heard a rumor that in LA, in California, where that ambulance guy, that literally they are so busy that they're told that if they get to a scene and they feel like, no, they're not going to make it, to go to the next call. Can anybody find out if that's true, if there's anything out there online, anywhere, that can validate those accusations that the people in California or in LA area was told, the paramedics were told that? Because we don't have anything here. We don't have no coronavirus here in town. It's true, it's true, it's true. Holy crap. That is crazy. Wow. So what's making them sick if the virus isn't real then? What's making them sick?
Even more strain with that new, potentially more contagious COVID-19 variant from the UK detected in several states. The CDC telling the Washington Post it shows signs of spreading and may become significantly more common in coming weeks.
Do you not find it funny that this stuff is just taken off like crazy? And on top of that, they literally, Hollywood had released that movie, Songbird. Did you not think that, you know, like maybe that's just a little too soon to be making a movie like that? Do you guys, who in the chat knows what I'm talking about with that movie Songbird? Do you guys know the movie Songbird? It is hard to keep up and personally verify everything, but that is also part of the plan. Exactly. I saw Songbird a couple weeks ago. Yep. Songbird, terrible movie. Is that not, like, is that not maybe a little too soon to be releasing a movie like that? Said they had it ready to roll out this year. It takes at least a year or two to film and do post-productions. Hey, Matt Bauer. Exactly. It'd be like a mass shooting in all churches. Women and children die. This and that. There are people just on a rampage, and there was a mass murder everywhere. And then the next day, Hollywood goes, "Hey guys, we got a new movie. It's about a guy that just killed everybody in churches and all these kids and everything." People would be going, maybe you want to let people just kind of deal with the fact that they were just murdered and killed, like, and you're gonna release a movie to capitalize on that? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, but that's one of the things. They want to keep you scared. They want you to think, okay, we're gonna. And you know what? I think that Songbird, because there's always like a little hidden message in Hollywood's thing. I think Songbird is where we're headed. And I'll tell you why. They already got concentration camps. They already got camps that are already set up for isolation, that are made out of pods, shipping containers, the same as in the movie. I don't know. I'm not going to go in too far with that. Fear and creepiness sells. Yep. Tamara says, liar, liar. What's liar, liar? Constipation cramps. Yes. Excuse me. What was liar, liar for? Was it for me?
After a night of lawlessness in the nation's capital, Congress finally ratifying the Electoral College vote, cementing Joe Biden's victory on becoming the next president of the United States.
Joseph R. Biden Jr. of the state of Delaware has received 306 votes.
In what is traditionally a purely ceremonial process, the joint session of Congress was marred by a violent pro-Trump mob who stormed the Capitol. Following President Trump's speech, repeating his false claims of voter fraud, the violent extremists followed his instructions.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
The rioters, some described as domestic terrorists, breaching barricades with ease, even appearing to get help from and taking selfies with some Capitol police officers. President-elect Biden blasted Trump and the angry mob that seized the Capitol, but also the law enforcement response.
Don't dare call them protesters.
No, whatever. All right. So. Sorry. It was on replay. I didn't realize that it was playing it again. Pandemic and I have concentration camps. Not sure if I want to ever go into lockdown. Sounds wow. All right. Let's see where we got. Let's see what we got. I see these other videos now, like these little RC videos. What the? Friggin' share. Alright, hold on. What was this? I don't know if I can play this on the screen without getting a copyright strike, but hold on. This is what it says here. It says Trump is in Albany, Texas, at the Nate Defense Command Center. So while the Congress is on Capitol Hill, committing treason surrounded by the military who is helping them by Pence order, but Trump is in Texas at the command center watching. You think if the military didn't have his back, he would be there or escape Washington on if...
How are we going to... Is this going to happen before the 20th? I mean, are those 6...
You think if the military didn't have his back there or escape Washington on Air Force One, playing Pence and Congress waiting for them to finish the crime. They're waiting to the... Okay, so people are still talking about the fact that it's still just... they're... I don't know. I don't know what to believe about that. With that. SEAL Team 6, Malta, Italy did it. I'm not sure. Oh, and I did get a copyright strike.
And now it's all about...
I did get a copyright strike for the song there with America in it. That one song before Trump came out yesterday. I ended up getting a copyright strike for that. So, thanks. Okay, let's see. All right, we'll get rid of that. You gotta let the rat go all the way down the hole. Okay, let's see something here. No. Wow, okay, hold on a sec here.
Suggested that he might join them before he ultimately returned to the White House.
This is the Straits Times Newsnight. I'm
CHAZ. Hold on.
To have you with us this Thursday.
Excuse me.
From Washington in a moment, but first, just in, the World Economic Forum annual meeting will now take place in Singapore from May 25th to 28th, nearly 2 weeks later than earlier slated.
The conference, which gathers top political, business, and academic leaders...
Hope you guys get used to news reporters like this.
...was originally slated to be held from May 13th to the 16th.
Yeah, I seen that Iraq put a warrant out for Trump's arrest.
Why the meeting date was changed.
Over in Washington, D.C., it's a brand new day. Joe Biden's presidency is certified and Donald Trump is promising an orderly transition on January the 20th.
It's a far cry from just a few hours ago when the world watched in horror as guns were drawn and the Capitol building was overrun by a mob of pro-Trump supporters. Scenes we never thought we'll get to see, U.S. lawmakers forced to halt the process of certifying the election results as hundreds of rioters fought with the police, storming the building regarded as a symbol of American democracy. The violence and chaos left 4 people dead, including a woman who was fatally shot by police.
During a rally earlier in the day, Trump called on his supporters to march to the Capitol and even suggested that he might join them before he ultimately returned to the White House. Some members of Congress are calling for him to be removed from office.
As calm returns to the US Capitol, the forced hush over Donald Trump's social media accounts may soon be lifted. The real Donald Trump Twitter account has deleted the 3 tweets that Twitter had flagged as posing a risk and will be locked for 12 hours. Twitter had threatened to permanently suspend the account should Trump continue to violate its policies. Facebook, who owns Instagram, has also blocked Trump from posting on its platforms for 24 hours.
President Trump has promised an orderly transition of power on Inauguration Day, even though he says he disagrees with the election outcome. The Straits Times US Bureau Chief Nirmal Ghosh has more on what we can expect in the coming hours and days.
Basically, in 13 days, the inauguration on January 20th, that is probably going to proceed and he's committed to it. But also in between, there have been calls for Donald Trump's impeachment by some congressmen and even Republicans. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is drawing up articles of impeachment. There is also talk of trying to have him removed under Article 25, which means the president is unfit for office and you replace him with the vice president. However, there's very little time left to be.
I don't know. I don't even know what to think anymore. There's accuracy as a fact. Wow. 4 people dead. That bullshit. Yeah. I don't know what to think anymore, for freak's sakes. I'll be honest with you. All right, let me just pull up something else here. This is absolute crazy. Crazy bullshit. Crazy bull crap. Okay, so yeah, Donald Trump hasn't tweeted anything in 4 hours. 4 hours ago was that video that he gave. That was what he posted. That was it. Wow. Follow America First cable TV. No. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, everyone has a different spin. Yeah, it's just, this is crazy. I don't know. Now I'm not even worried about this anymore. Like this, okay, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Wayne, what channel is that you're watching? I don't know. It's just something I found on Facebook. Brad Ray. Mirazaki interview. Stop. What do you mean stop?
These procedures. Article 25 needs a majority of the cabinet to agree, and the majority of the cabinet is still intact.
Brad Ray. Not me. My connection here is still good. Who was? I don't know. Clean up the Capitol. Okay, this was when. Okay, Toronto, CBC Toronto. Okay, I thought it was protest here in Canada. It's not. That's what it's up. Put Media Zach in search on YouTube. I can't play YouTube. I can't play YouTube videos without getting hit. Why in the hell are we using a voting machine that was designed by Venezuelans to keep CHAZ in power in America? Yeah.
The province says COVID-19 infections among children exploded over the holiday break, so officials have decided to delay the return of elementary students to class.
I thought sending your kids to school was safe because kids couldn't contract it. You see? They say something, then they change it. They say something, then change it. I don't get it. I don't get it. 7. Watch what Wayne has an undersized left nipple with a slight sag. No, I don't. That's my nuts. 7. That's my nuts, not my nipples. My nuts. Nope, especially if they're trenched. CBC News, gotta love it. Fucking bull. Fake news. Fake news. They are on a power trip now, Wayne. They pulled off getting rid of Trump illegally. They will do all sorts of crap. Hitting out. Yep. Found your channel last night during this mess. Liked and subbed from Tennessee. Thanks, Ruff. I really appreciate you being here. Okay, so let's see what we can bring up here. They use this because they are unfortunately, yeah. It's the whole thing just stinks of high hell. I don't even know. Lower your expectations. It's just meteorite dust. It's just fart dust. Just fart dust. Alright, let's see. Let's see what's going on. News. New Zealand. Young woman dies in suspected shark attack. Ooh! Well, that's different. I didn't know shark attacks deaths were even a thing anymore. Wow, that's gonna be the first shark attack death. I didn't know that car accidents and all that other thing just happen. There's just something about this shirt. Huh. I can't put my finger on it either. Oh, you guys want to see what I'm watching? Yeah. I'm just shooting around Twitter right now trying to figure out what to play for you guys. I came across this talking about her sweater. Anyways. An armed insurrection against the... oh, man. Me at the end of the first week back returning from... maternity leave. Do you guys remember that show, The Rabbits? What was it? The Gangs of New York. Is that what it's called? The Gangs of New York? I think so. I want to play that. The Gangs of New York. Do you remember the Gangs of New York? And then they literally, the guy's like, okay, let's talk. It's a democracy. Let's talk like gentlemen. And then he turned his back. When he turned his back, what did they do to him? What did the guy that was preaching the butcher? There you go. What did the guy that had that stick, you know, with the little ball, because he was preaching democracy. Let's talk. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. And then what happened when he turned his back? What did the butcher do to him? What did the butcher do? Exactly. You see? They give you the illusion we can talk this out. Turn your back. Boom. Nailed ya. There it is. Hear from 3 BBC News reporters about some of the biggest developments we can expect from China, Australia, and India in the year ahead. Many of these which are continuing to... oh, there's a big thing going on there, eh? Casey, what was this? These are the things that events that happen when a scared landslide victory. He's celebrating today. Unfortunately, treated for so long. Go home with love and peace. Remember this day forever, because he's organized that raid. Yes. COVID, the challenging and speeds up France vaccines. Shit. I don't know. Shit. This whole shit was planned weeks in advance. Okay, hold on. Let me
by the deep state here, America, we are under attack. Not by these police officers necessarily, but by the deep state. Here we are in the middle of a militant, leftist, deep state, globalist operation trying to make Trump supporters look like idiots and that we're violent agitators, when truth in fact, there are people dressed up in MAGA hats and other gear that are pretending to be MAGA supporters, and they're instigating, and they're playing on the emotions of all Trump supporters. Listen to this. Listen to this. These are people that love the cops. We love the police, but a few Antifa dressed up as Trump supporters have been causing violence and stirring up violence here at the Capitol steps, and they're playing on the emotions of you and every patriotic American. This is not right. It is not necessarily their fault either.
Good night, Rob Redvet.
I report live from here in Capitol. DC Patriot. Follow Real Matt Couch. I'll see you guys soon.
You see, even at the location, they knew that there was people there. Curtis says, nothing but BS, lies, and propaganda right there. See, but they knew that there was people there dressed like Trump supporters, aggravating people and doing stuff. I don't know. I think it's, man, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. This is crazy. Tyranny in our government. It was Antifa. It was Antifa. I don't know. I have no idea who it was. Ordinary. What? I don't know. Updated GoFundMe page has been set up to support the grieving family of the man killed in a snowmobile accident. Okay. Like, seriously, what do you think is going to happen to this guy? Let me see. Right here. What's going to happen to this guy? What do you think is going to happen to him when the FBI get up to him? Hey? What do you think? Like, seriously, he's taking the friggin' podium. What do you think is going to happen to him? Wayne, Google, Mario's. Okay, I will. Give me 2 seconds. You don't think nothing's going to happen to him? They're going to catch facial recognition, take him out. I don't know. Same with this guy. The most, like, come on, okay. Something's just hitting me. It's just hitting me right now, okay? Seriously. There's something hitting me, just hitting me right now. This is like the most secure building there is. Next to the White House and the Pentagon. Right? I seen the schematics and all the stuff and the amount of officers that were there and all this whole crap and everything. How did they allow this? This is bullshit. Look at this. There's no way. They're just walking out casually. They're just standing there for a photo op. This guy gets to sit in the seat? Seriously? Like, these guys are like literally. What did I just seen something there? Like literally, look at these guys holding their guns. This guy's got a baton and his gun. Like, seriously? Oh, all images are subject to copyright. Okay, let's make sure we don't use them. All right. You see what I'm saying? Like, I have something. Something does, it just doesn't add up to me. You got a building that's secure, and people just make it in. Like, come on, man. They gotta be thinking that people are stupid. Okay, Maria Zach. Okay, Google it. Google it, Maria Zach. Is it Zach? Maria Zach. Zach and Maria make a porno. Is that it? is Maria like Instagram photos? Like, was that like a troll thing there to get me to look up at this? Maria Zach make a porno? Like, it's like, I don't get it. Have you talked to someone that watches MSN lately? They are that stupid. Yeah. Check out Simon Park's Prep Life. I bet country. Yeah. The cops were the live shooters. Yes, lagging. Italy. Google is trolling you. Okay, Maria. Okay, hold on. Let me go to my channel here. I'm just gonna copy and paste that. Hold on. They are under called. It's on. It's under called. It's on purpose. Okay. Give me a sec. Yeah. Okay. Let me just copy and paste this that name. Okay. So where is that? I'm off to bed. Okay. Fine. I see you guys tomorrow. Keep smiling. Make people wonder what you have been up to. Watch what Wayne. I have a couple videos that are going to be going up. I wanted to post them last night, but after 17 hours of streaming, I crashed hard, like really hard. So I will get those videos up as soon as I'm actually going to be getting off here in about 5-10 minutes anyways. After I check out where this, what's the proper spelling for it? Why is this? My mouse is not working in this chat. Okay. Weird. There we go. Okay, so what was the name? Play the bush. Okay. NetPC at DH. I tried to get Wayne to play the Bush funeral video last week. I gave up and forgot about it. Wayne, they want not enough security for a reason. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Wayne. Okay, so where was that? What was the name of that? Right there, Italy. Google is trolling me. Okay, hold on. There we go. Angry. How you doing? There's a video of the Popo moving barriers out of the way and waving people through. The whole thing was a setup. Even the window they went through. I believe it. Like Italy did it. Okay. Italy did it. Okay, is that the Italy did it thing? Support channel, like, subscribe.
Online, Maria Zach. She
is in the Washington, D.C. area. She is the founder of an organization called Nations in Action, and she is going to be telling us about an affidavit delivered to Congress today on this extremely...
I can't play the video. I'm going to get copyright. I'm going to play the audio. But I can't play the video. I'm going to get copyrighted for it.
Important day in America, January 6th, as the Congress is reviewing the electoral votes coming in from around the country in the midst of obvious, widespread concern about their authenticity. She is the founder of, as I say, Nations in Action, and she's also, her organization has partnered with another group called Good Governance, the Institute of Good Governance. They together put some information coming out of Italy related to our elections. And without further ado, and this is the breaking story of the day and maybe the year, this story you're about to hear, Maria Zach joins us live. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Debbie. Thank you so much for having me today.
So glad you could come on. Well, I didn't want to spoil your story at all, so I know you delivered an affidavit today in Washington to at least a couple people in Congress and the President's Chief of Staff coming out of Italy that's relating directly to this whole issue of election fraud in America. And I want to let you just tell our listeners what it was you delivered.
Yes, ma'am. We are very thrilled to partner with the Institute for Good Governance, and Nations in Action shares the same passion for honesty and truth in elections. And so we have done substantial research over the years. I've even been on the recount teams over the years, including the 2000 recount team. And what was troubling in 2016 in the elections and 2018 with Broward County, we exposed that fraud. But never in my life did I think we would have the opportunity to see what act that we have seen in taking the election theft to a whole new level. There's so many variations and kinds of theft, but this orchestrated theft that took place in America that is breaking today, and thank you for helping us break this story, we actually know the person who actually committed the act of uploading the software, where they did it, how they did it, and that has been put into an affidavit with the top lawyer of Italy, and was part of a proceeding.
I know I can't play the video. I'll get copyrighted for it because, one, it's copyrighted material. Two, it's on YouTube's platform as well. So I will get flagged right away and we will get the channel taken down. So I'm pulling the audio off of something else so that we can at least listen to the audio.
A judicial proceeding in a federal court.
There's fair use. The fair use thing went right out the window when all this shit started happening. Fair use doesn't exist.
Italy in the past couple days. So news has been breaking. Italy did it is the global trending hashtag, and it is for a reason. This happened. It's very real. The president is right. Foreign interference did occur, and people need to be prosecuted in our country who actually participated. So that affidavit, as you said, was drafted and submitted to Congress at 1:12 this afternoon. As soon as we could get it over safely, there are people who have their lives at risk for wanting to save our country. They know it's that important. Many believe, like what we did as America for Italy in World War II, that it was time for them to repay saving America. And that's exactly what they did. They stepped up, amazing patriots.
So I want to be sure what our listeners are understanding this affidavit you're describing. I have it in front of me, and I may even read it at some point in the show, but the person is talking about what was uploaded was the instructions to flip votes from Trump to Biden on the evening, late evening November 3rd, early November 4th, as the votes are being counted in the unsettled states. This person is attesting that he was the one who uploaded the instruction to a satellite owned by Leonardo, the Italian cybersecurity company, a government contractor, uploaded the instruction to change those votes in America from Trump to Biden, and that went up to a Leonardo-owned satellite, back to servers then in Germany, and ultimately back to America. So this is the proof that votes were shifted by foreign powers in our 2020 November elections. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. This person has said very precisely that he has been an employee of Leonardo SPA, and Leonardo is a very large, I believe the 11th largest defense contractor in the world. And so we need to think about that they have received over $1 billion of American taxpayer dollars during this past year, and yet they helped orchestrate, according to this gentleman, the theft of the 2020 election. This is the piece that Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani and everybody has been begging to have and to see, because they knew something was wrong. And I think voters in their heart knew something was wrong. But what's amazing is that they were never quite able to get that missing little piece, that little nugget of who, where, and how. And the why is certainly impossible to believe in some respects, but we must stand up for truth and do a full investigation. I know members of Congress are calling for that, but this now takes away the need for an investigation because we have the person who is admitting to the theft of the election.
You know, I was going to, you kind of jumped right to where I wanted to go, which is many of us have been watching the election results of November 2020 and just watched as during the counting of votes on election night, and watched that it was very obvious to people paying attention to, especially the states that are often swing states, that Donald Trump was on track to a clear and easy victory. And maybe not easy, but a clear, solid victory in those states. And then counting stopped in many of those states, and among many things that occurred, mail-in ballots were dropped, but also it appeared data appeared to have been changed, and the next morning, who knew? It turned out Biden won all of those states. And so the questions people have been asking, everyone working on behalf of President Trump have been asking is, basically, who is the big orchestrator? I mean, there's obvious evidence of election fraud, election theft, vote fraud. Who organized it? Who did it? And how? And what you, Maria Zach, and Nations in Action are bringing forth for the members of Congress to see is this is who did it. This is a person acknowledging that he did this. He changed this data out of Italy. In fact, I have the person's affidavit, and I'll tell my listeners, if you'd like a copy of the affidavit, you can go to our website, americacanwetalk.org. On the homepage under shows, drop down list of links. We'll have a copy of the affidavit uploaded there later today. What this person writing the affidavit is saying, he is describing what was acknowledged in a deposition in an Italian court, and this person who actually conducted this switching of the vote. So now, Maria, who did you give it to in Congress?
Actually, a very good man that I've known for a couple decades now, Congressman Barry Loudermilk of North Georgia, is a dear friend. I was trying to send it to Jody Heiss, who is also amazing, and I sent it over to Devin Nunes' staff, whom I have been speaking with for some time. I've also met with Louis Gohmert's staff for a long time to let them know that it was coming as well. So many of the members of Congress knew that there was a problem and that we were identifying it and still pulling together the research. We just didn't realize how much information we were going to get. And that's what's been really quite telling, because it was simply a man who has extraordinary IT experience. He's a senior software engineer at Leonardo. He is not someone new. He's not someone unknown. And there were a couple of articles that struck early in Italy right after our election, and Leonardo reacted differently, as did the country. They started firing their heads of telecommunications and cybersecurity, and suddenly had people arrested. And we thought that was rather peculiar, and that helped us pull the pieces together. But this man said to his wife, I don't understand why we are interfering with America's election. And that's how it happened. That's how things started to spiral. and get back to us in our research and investigations with the Institute for Good Governance. So we're very grateful for that relationship. They are an extraordinary organization, also committed to good governance that is so sorely needed in America today and in other countries, because if we cannot have a safe election, nothing else matters. And no state legislature should allow what took place in these affidavits that are in the state legislatures. And I've reviewed many. Our team members were poll watchers across the United States. And these people are great Americans who would never lie, and they're there to make sure it's a safe and secure election. But they too witnessed that the machines were going online, and they were not supposed to be. So there was a connection from some of our poll watchers, even in Georgia, all the way back to Italy with the theft. So people knew something was very wrong.
Maria, what's your understanding, if any, about, so these individuals working, this individual who's acknowledged what he did, working for Leonardo, there was talk in some of the Italian media about the apparent involvement or connection in some way to individuals in the U.S. Embassy in Italy. What is your knowledge, if you have any, about whether or not U.S. officials were in some way involved in this?
Sure, we have been informed that Prime Minister Conte was very, very involved in this, and one of the senior staff at the embassy. So we are asking for a full investigation of the embassy, the State Department personnel that have been in that embassy. We want a seizure of all their equipment, their phone records. We want a full, transparent investigation to help Americans know what that involvement was. We want full prosecution. We have heard that members of our CIA were involved. I believe he's got that in his testimony. And that is quite shocking to us as taxpayers and Americans, that our own countrymen would betray our country. And we had it on good authority that the senior staff foreign officer, he retired just a day or two before the election to ensure he didn't lose his pension. So we also heard that he had great involvement with General Claudio Graziano and was often seen walking across the street to the St. Regis for meetings, and it was to help orchestrate this. General Graziano is also the head of the EU military command and is on the board of Leonardo SPA. So we have a real mess on our hands, honestly, and America must stand up and say, we deserve full transparency. Conte needs to come clean. We need General Graziano to be dealt with if he had any involvement at all. And I ask that the intel community, certainly the intelligence committees of the House and Senate, immediately conduct investigations into Leonardo's activities and the findings from this affidavit.
Could not agree more. I mean, the avenues of investigation that America should undertake are enormous. But on the immediate front, we sit here on January 6th as United States Congress is going through its constitutional obligation to review the Electoral College votes coming in from states where now on many fronts, the legislatures in those states are aware that they unknowingly, in most cases, certified what they now understand to have been fraudulent elections. So don't you think it ought to be incumbent on these members of the House and Senate to find some basis to suspend the count of the electoral votes coming in my view, what I was hoping Vice President Pence would do, but he has apparently declined to do that, go back to the states where there is a question about that some of them sent in 2 sets of electoral votes, send back this information. I mean, isn't it big enough information that those states should be afforded the opportunity to look again at the data in their states and make sure that what they're sending in about the results of their elections is consistent with the truth?
Absolutely. This is not the smoking gun. This is the actual hand attached to the smoking gun. Yeah. So we know this person did it. They're admitting to doing it, and they know that they're willing to sacrifice and risk their lives to come forward and give this information. So every state should be taking this as serious as possible. They have been duped. Those elected officials, I know in Georgia, some dear friends of mine, people I supported publicly for public office, were vehemently opposed, saying there was no fraud. Well, I've been a candidate on the ballot in Fulton County, Georgia in my past, and I can tell you fraud is rampant there. It has been existing for decades. We all know it. But this just took it to a whole new level. And because of the chaos of all the different types of corruption, we just kind of had this lurking back noise that something wasn't right when the votes actually switched. So those states should immediately, and most of them are going into special session at the beginning of the week, they should immediately see what they can do about retracting their electors and putting the proper slate forward. I believe that Congressman Loudermilk at 5 p.m. today, in just a half an hour, will be conducting the Georgia investigation on the House floor, if they actually can regain control there in the Capitol. But we need all those states to investigate this thoroughly. It's not even an investigation at this stage. It's this happened, now what are you going to do about it? And they don't have a choice. If they do not pull back, they are committing crimes, because this is blatant evidence and we know it happened. So my good friend Brian Kemp, I'm happy to say, has been advised of this. A few weeks back, I was able to message with him, and he has been waiting patiently for me to get the proof to him. And that's what a lot of people didn't understand. Some of our good guys actually knew more than everyone else that we were working on something big.
Okay. So, did any of that make sense to anybody? Anybody? Did any of that make sense? The follow-up on this, if you can call your congressman and senator grounds mother. No, I'm not bending over. Made perfect sense. Yes. Check out Simon's pics. Yep. Yes, it did. Nope. What was it? I just got here. Yes, it does. Yep. EU helped. Nope. It won't make any difference. Why do you think I'm talking to you about it? Pence is probably thinking. Did you guys understand what I was just putting up on the screen? Link. I can't give you the link. It was something that was sent to me. That's not me bashing. It is just what they will say. Do hope it's true. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, what happened there? This thing is going down tonight. Where are we at on the lunch? We are going to Rule 9 right after the debate, and we don't have time to fuck around. I've made calls. Rats are bailing. Rats are bailing. These guys have been working on it all night. We will move to .com once approved. You didn't see it. Here, down here. Sundance. Alright. I love you guys. I really do. Let's see what's going on here. All right. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a night, so I can get up nice and early tomorrow. Take all of this information, make a video out of this information, and I'm gonna post it to Parler because I love you guys. And then that way there you guys can see everything I'm saying. Do you guys think I should delete tonight's stream? I just have this sudden urge that I think I should delete tonight's stream. If you think that I should delete tonight's stream, hit number 1 in the chat. If you don't think I should delete it, hit 2. Oh shit, we got a big number, 11111. It's not about censoring myself, Michael. It's about being able to speak tomorrow. Stay on the platform and delete it. Steve, there you go. Because I'm going to take all of this here information, these emails, all this stuff, and I'm going to put it. If you have concerns, delete it. I just think that my channel will get taken down. All right. I'll post it. I'll delete tonight, and I'll post it on Parler. I just showed some stuff that or I'll make a private link for people to go see it. Yeah, YouTube said I can't talk about fraud anymore. That's why. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a night from now. But if I'm gonna delete the stream anyways. And just look at this. Just quickly. Let's just look at this. Look at this. It says right here, email chain from the project manager of what Pence Ryan 2016 campaign ticket that was called off after Trump won his second debate, obtained by realtruenews.org. There we go. They're literally talking about how guy had 3 hours to work on this, and I had to get ready a NDA already. So what did you expect? Tell me what to change. Get me some solid copy. We can make this work. So they literally planned on doing all of this stuff. He will win drugs and whatever the fuck, but this isn't needed to get this shit together though. Are we really going to sell a gun? Jim, he's not going to win. He's not going to win. They're literally talking about Trump. Are we really going to sell a gun? This place is holder stuff, folks. Just a work domain. We will migrate to real. See? Sundance says, Wayne, what are you going to do when the truth comes out? What do you mean? What do you mean, what am I going to do when the truth comes out? I'm not understanding. Sundance, Be like, sway back, grab. Yeah, watch what Wayne, just watch what Wayne on Parlor. Be like away, Senator Graham. I don't know what you're talking about there, Sundance. Oh my God, your photo? What do you mean, Nina? Okay. I'm reading the chat here. I'm losing track of what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Here, put this up. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Throughout the day, I'm going to take some videos. I'm going to make videos of this. I'm going to comment on this. I'm going to put it up on Parlor, a few other places, see if it gets taken down. Twitter, I'm going to post it on Twitter. This will be a good thing to see if Twitter takes me down for this. I'm going to post this on Twitter. I'm going to post it on Parlor. I will put links and everything tomorrow. And of course, if you're new here, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Throughout the day, I'll be on Wayne Live, and then we will go from there. I love you guys. These guys absolutely rock. You rock. Don't watch. And everybody, thank you very much for the support tonight. Everybody that donated. Actually, I should do a shout out to everybody that donated tonight. You guys absolutely rock. Here, just give me a sec here. So Slick Rick, thank you for your donation. Jonathan, Danielle, thank you very much. Gordon, Seven, awesome. Boo, Eddie, Furry Cat, Debbie, Mauser, On the Go, Angry Hank, and Vila. Thank you guys, each and every one of you, for donating tonight and supporting the channel. Supporting me, my family, and everything that we're doing here. If it wasn't for you guys doing what you do, I wouldn't be able to do what I do here, so I really appreciate that. And I will see you all tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. Be good, or be good at it, and I'll see you there. I love yous. I really do. Man, I love them. Love them. They fucking rock. They are awesome.